888-944. Or go to rebelheatingandair.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. If you missed the show, you can always check it out on demand at 1045ESPN.com, the 1045 ESPN app, or the After Further Review YouTube channel. AFR On Demand, brought to you by Breck Golf. Book your tee time today at golf.breck.org.
Yo, Jacob and T-Bob here. And look, we've been talking about the All-Star Toyota rentals for a while. We wanted to remind you about them.
First, if your car is in service with them, they have daily rental rates starting at $5 per hour for a minimum of 2 hours.
Second, you can try before you buy with an extended test drive.
Third, they have daily, weekly, and monthly rentals with flexible plans and competitive rates. You can rent a new Toyota for as little as $60 per day.
Check out their website at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com/rental. People you know, cars you trust, All-Star Toyota.
Hey fellas, it's Gordy Rush inviting you to get your hair cut where me and my boys get our hair cut, Sport Clips. Sport Clips specializes in hair care for men and boys in a sports-themed environment with guy smart stylists. Sport Clips is known for their MVP treatment, a precision haircut, massaging shampoo, the hot towel, and relaxing neck and shoulder massage every time. Now 6 locations in Baton Rouge, including my hometown of Central. Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Meal prep can be next to impossible with our busy schedules. But what if it was done for you? Yes, please. Well, locally owned Fresh Chef Kitchen serves freshly prepared meals and items by the pound. You order, they cook. Chicken, shrimp, steak, and more. Pre-order, simply walk in, or start a subscription. Located in Industrial Flex and on Airline across from Klein Peter. Not everyone's fortunate enough to have a personal chef, but you can have a personal meal prep service with Fresh Chef Kitchen. Order now at freshchefeats.com. That's freshchefeats.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, February 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 75. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap LSU baseball's win and discuss the latest win for the New Orleans Pelicans. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome, man. Friday, February 23rd, 2024. Feels like a fake date. But here we are, and what a Friday. What a Friday. My God. We said it yesterday. Our cup overfloweth when it came to entertainment options last night. You had an afternoon baseball game. You had softball right after that. Beautiful day. You had some basketball in the PMAC. You had basketball over in the Smoothie King Center. And it's always a good day when you pull off the clean sweep. That's right. Baseball teams take care of business. Looks damn good while doing so. So much to be excited about there. Softball makes it their third walk-off win in a row, taking down Boise State in exciting fashion. The Pelicans. You want to talk about a statement. The bad news birds coming out the All-Star break and looking good. And the LSU women's team doing what they do, getting a win. Closer game than you maybe would have thought. Coach Mulkey was pretty salty at herself after the game for the final 4 minutes, saying she tried to lose the game. Of course, that's an absurd notion, but the bottom line is a win's a win. You get revenge on Auburn. What a night. So much good to celebrate. So we go talk about it all this morning, man. And we got Champagne Shenanigans coming up, man. And it's the weekend, man. So get excited. There's a lot more sports tonight. Hell, I mean, pretty much everyone I just named going to be back in action. So we got a full weekend slate in which to break down as well. How we feeling today? What's up, Jake?
Good. A lot of good there that you said.
Yeah.
LSU sports thriving, as we pointed out yesterday. Almost every sport, literally almost every sport is going in the right direction, and almost every sport is ranked. In fact, there was we had to do some research to find some that weren't ranked.
Yeah.
So it's a good feeling.
We're going to finally get that Director's Cup, guys. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Stanford.
Isn't it like that's
probably Texas?
I was going to say that's what Texas always falls back on. They're like, you've never even won the Director's Cup. Like, bro, nobody knows what that is. Barely. The only reason I know what that is because I'm in this job. Alondra, how you feeling today?
I feel great. It's hard not to feel great whenever you're doing so well in sports.
You know a lot about sports. Do you know what the Director's Cup is?
No, I actually just looked it up.
Oh, damn it. Okay, but you did not know before.
No, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. It's just for being good at
NACTA.
all sports.
Oh, okay.
It's like every single sport. And so Texas always wins. Stanford always takes it down.
They have
Learfield, this all sounds fake to me.
Yeah,
so I don't really care.
it's pointless.
To be
You don't
honest.
have to care. That's the point.
No, I don't
The
care.
joke is you should not care.
I don't.
We don't row, but if we did, we'd be good at it.
Yeah. Come you don't want to see me on that crew, dog. You don't want to
In the
see me on
Mississippi
crew.
River.
I'm a freaking dog. I'll be paddling out there. Rah. What about you, Taylor? How you feeling today?
Y'all thought I was
Why
in
do
a
you
bad
feel so
mood.
bad, dude?
Yeah,
Why
like why are you upset
dude?
today?
So y'all thought I was in a bad mood. I'm in a good mood. Called my last Episcopal basketball game of the season last
Nice.
night.
That's
it was
why
a win.
he's
so
sad.
well, no, baseball's just getting started. I'm in a good mood.
How much? I know you take things very seriously with your job, and you try to do 100% effort all the time. Calling them high school games, man. I mean, that's how you're gonna rise in the ranks doing it. Because I know my lazy ass would just be making stuff up.
I had a
making names
5-minute.
up, making up anecdotes about the players, just like whatever.
It gets a little boring. It was a blowout last night, so I started talking about being able to smell the nacho cheese from where we were at. So, we have a little bit of fun. I did have I had a 4-minute opening monologue, if you will, about the keys to the game of a high school basketball game. So you'd have been proud of me.
Hell yes, dude. See, that's the 100% effort you get if you hire Taylor to be on your call.
Who'd they play?
They played Northlake Christian.
Oh, bro, you thought you were gonna
Wolverines.
get
Where's
him on
that
there?
at?
So, like Mandeville area. And I was like, wait, where is this at? And I was like, wait a minute, Northlake, north of Lake Pontchartrain. And then it all made sense to
Look
me.
at that.
think we
See? That's the inside right
A lot
there,
of lakes
guys.
in Louisiana, It could be
There's
north of a
hella
lot of
lakes.
those lakes.
We got lakes, we got oxbows, we got tributaries, we got
all
Rivers.
kinds of
We have
stuff.
some rivers.
Rivers.
We have a big one that goes through New Orleans.
ponds.
I mean, you're leaving out swamps, which is the obvious one.
We got plenty of them.
Yeah.
Deltas.
Ponds.
Actually, we got rivers coming in hour 3.
See,
Yeah.
Gulfs,
too,
do.
as well.
You took my job.
say
I wasn't
Gulf.
gonna say it because it was
I
there.
should have said it before we said rivers,
Yeah.
but I screwed. Like when he said rivers, it should have been like,
It was
yeah, coming
teed
up in
up,
hour 3,
right,
and I
yeah.
missed it, and then I wanted to circle back to it, and it was a reach at that point.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, dude?
Oh,
What are you
that
gonna
fell
do?
flat.
Okay, so where do y'all want to start? I kind of want to. I was thinking maybe start with baseball.
Yeah.
Get in a little Pelicans after that. The 2:00 start time is very interesting.
It's very inconvenient for a lot of people.
Well, I'm sure. Yes, from you're talking about from maybe like a going to the game standpoint,
Yeah,
or
and also like work and like,
yeah. I could see that
in the middle of the day. Yeah,
But these early season games, dude.
It is what
where
it is.
It's more about the work and not the crowd.
Yeah.
And, whether like I
get it.
Yeah,
I
I
just-
understand them want to do it at 2. I will say this: it made carpool a lot more interesting. Sitting in the carpool line, being able to have a little Cajun-omics pot. Nah, there's a lot of potting going on yesterday as Gorilla Ball was back. And look, gauge jump. Let's start there because that was the big story going into yesterday. In fact, when we asked about all these games, many of us said the thing we were most excited about was to watch gauge jump. And I think Jump's start was, in my opinion, a lot better than the box score looked, where yes, he had the walk, but then you miss a double play ball. Then you have the wild pitch. You give up a run. The pitch count gets up, and because it's on a pitch count, then he can't extend. So it ends up, 2 1/3? But in that 2 1/3, you strike out 4. But more than that, you could just, because this was my first time watching him. I didn't watch him live last week. I see now everybody's so excited. He just visually pops. The stuff, his mechanics, the quickness with which he operates. I mean, this dude don't waste. He's like a true TikTok pitcher, like of the TikTok age. Like he had no attention span. He just gets it, grips it, and rips it.
He grew up with the pitch clock or something.
Yes, exactly, right? Like that's what it felt like to me. Is like, oh, this is a product of like the youth actually growing up, where like the game has to be sped up, and maybe that's inaccurate timing wise, but it's what it felt like. And even within those 4Ks, I thought, sometimes like even in that second inning, he used a lot of pitches, but he got into a couple 3-1 counts that he battled his way out of, and even in the 3-1 counts, like the 2-1 pitches were, some days those are going to be strikes. So I come out feeling very bullish about Gage Jump.
Yeah, he was awesome. And, we were talking about that yesterday. Like, he just has Friday night stuff, if you will. Like, he has the best stuff on the staff, in my opinion. I mean, he has control of 2 to 3 pitches right now, and that's early in the season coming off of an injury where he didn't pitch a lot last season. He looked good, and, they pulled him for safety reasons. They didn't pull him because he was reeling. Like he may could have went even longer.
Yeah,
like
no, they're just,
he looked good when they pulled him out. I thought he was excellent. You mentioned the 4 strikeouts. He gives up that early shot to go down 1-0. Outside of that, though, he had a few walks here and there, and that first inning, the 23 pitch first inning, is what did him in. He maybe could have finished 3 full innings, which is kind of what we were hoping for, but
that's
he only had one walk,
he only had 1 walk.
Yeah.
But even then, he had the even in that first inning, you had the missed double play ball.
Yeah, for sure. And
again,
that's
how
a 23 inning or 23 pitch first inning. That's going to be hard to overcome when you're on a pitch count. But the limited action, he was awesome.
And I like how he bounced back from it.
Gage Jump was awesome, but I am so impressed by Micah Bucknam, who came in and closed. Because he is a completely completely different Micah Bucknam than what we saw last season.
I had never heard the name Micah Bucknam before I
he pitched
saw him
2
yesterday.
innings. Pitched 2 innings.
No, I know he was awesome yesterday, but I'm saying like I don't remember him
strikeouts.
from last
Yeah.
year. I did not. Yeah, I did not.
Had 4 strikeouts, so a similar line to Gage Jump, but that slider that he has. It was so nasty. Like, it was crazy.
That is one of my big takeaways from yesterday, and I'm just excited to watch it on the weekend. The whole team just feels incredibly deep. It's like such a statement of what Jay Johnson's creating, but the bullpen compared to last year just looks like you got arms on arms on arms, man. And I know that it's you're facing less competition, right? So like attrition will happen in terms of like as competition rises, some guys won't be able to hang, but right now you just got cats dealing. And I know even like with Ackenhausen, it was a bit of an up and down performance, but I'm getting pretty pumped for him this season. I didn't realize that his slider, I heard the broadcast talk about how his slider, I think Doug said last year, was LSU's #1 swing and miss pitch from a percentage standpoint, in terms of like percentage of times that he threw it to when guys would miss it. And you saw a lot of that as he racked up his 6 punch outs. So it was a good day on the mound, I would say overall. Very excited. Aiden Moffitt came in, made short work, got 2 Ks in his. It was really good from that perspective. And then the bats coming alive as well, right? Wind blowing out instead of blowing in, and you were just, guys were absolutely smashing the ball, dude.
Real quick to go back to Ackenhausen, he's got 12 strikeouts already and only 6 2/3 innings pitched this year. So I know he's gotten a couple earned runs on him, but I'm curious, like, what his role is going to be. Like, where is he going to live?
You think, like, I just feel like he's that perfect setup guy.
That middle relief?
Yeah, middle relief setup guy.
Because last year his role changed because it kind of had to, and like in a good way. It wasn't changing because he was bad. It was changing because they needed him in this area. Like, I wonder if he's come in kind of early in these games. He hasn't been in the back end. Is that what he's going to be? Is he going to be somebody that tries to extend 2-3 innings in the middle of a game if your starter doesn't go 5? Like, where is he going to live?
That's what I would think. He has such swing and miss stuff, but you maybe have, like, more dynamic closing options. So, like, he becomes this kind of super dangerous middle of the game lefty changeup, and I don't mean like the pitch hit, just like switch up, right, where all of a sudden you like when he suddenly drops in for a couple innings, like I just feel like teams will not be able to get a very good read on him. So I don't know. I don't know much about baseball.
I don't think we have like
that's what I would say though.
I don't think we have like a Sunday guy, like somebody who's like, oh, Sunday, that's who.
Well, unless you talk about Sunday starter though, unless
it's
Jamie
going to be
Coleman,
Luke
right?
Coleman if Gage Jump keeps going, or Jump either way. I mean, Jay Johnson said multiple times, I brought Gage Jump here to start. I'm going to continue to extend him, and we're going to see what he's got. And we know that Thatcher Hurd, he wants him to be a starter, and then Luke Holman looked great.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but we still have Hurd that could potentially be, and we still have, I would say Javen Coleman is probably in that mix as well. But to your point, we don't know who the Sunday guys will be. I don't know if I see Ackenhausen falling into that role.
Well, okay, I don't want to be super broad with Nate Ackenhausen, but does it matter where he pitches? I mean, I trust Nate Ackenhausen regardless of where he's at. I mean, we saw him be a starter last year down the stretch. He can be the first guy out of the pen when your starter gets into a jam.
It's true.
He can be that setup guy like you talked about. And he's got good enough stuff to where if you've burned out of a lot of arms and you need him to close the game, I trust him to do that as well. Like, I don't care where Nate Ackenhausen pitches. I think he's going to be good regardless of where you put him.
I don't care where he pitches. I wonder what is going to be best for the team and him, and where his skill set's going to be utilized the best. And I agree he can come in every situation.
I think that a player like that becomes much more exciting than when paired with the obsessive Jay Johnson, right? Who manipulates and hyper studies and knows every matchup so much better than I can fathom, that then he suddenly has this sort of like a Swiss Army knife to just put in whatever high leverage situation he needs to. So, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe Alondra's even right. Maybe he's just their most consistent guy and he ends up on Sunday and who knows, but
I just feel like
we love a thick lefty.
You never
here
really
on
know.
OTB. Let's be clear. I feel well represented by my guy Ack.
You just really never know with Jay Johnson.
No, I mean, he's I seriously was thinking about it this morning, dude. You got to just sit back and pinch yourself. You see, I know it's early and everything, and I can fall victim to hyperbole and getting too excited and being a prisoner of the moment, but it feels like you have a Saban, you look at this roster and how big they look and how athletic they look, and then even the small guys are smashing home runs, and you've got just arms after arms. The problem is you seem to have too many players, and it just feels so good, dude. I
would like to go back on some of those takes too when Jay was hired. If we could.
I wonder what was the kind of hive mind? Were people happy or not? I remember being like, I don't know, dude, he's got a pretty good resume.
There was a portion that's like, just like that, and there were some that wanted other coaches, and some that mentioned he didn't win everything at Arizona, right? It's like, yeah, but he's getting to the College World Series.
1 out away.
And I've known him for a very long time, and so I've been a big fan of what he's been doing for a long time, but it was not, I don't think it was the excitement that it certainly is going to be like by the time Jay gets done here.
Yeah, I mean, who again, hyperbole and everything, but it seems like you have one of the all-time greats lined up in a place where he will always have the financial and emotional support and emotional buy-in to keep him going as long as he wants to keep grinding away at this thing. But okay, I might be spinning out in a little too big picture. When we get back, we haven't even talked about the bats, so we can do some bat talk when we get back. Then I want to get into the Pels. Taylor Pleasance with a walk-off. We're still going to get to that. So there's just a ton to get to. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. Subscribe. Subscribe to OTB Saints, OTB LSU as well. Where does our baseball stuff live? Last year we started posting on just Facebook because we didn't really have a home for it on YouTube.
No, yeah. So every Jay Johnson interview, it's on the 1045 ESPN Facebook, Twitter. Okay. 1045 ESPN YouTube, ESPN Facebook, ESPN Twitter.
Okay, cool. Okay, so and like a baseball segment like this would go there as well?
Can.
Okay, maybe so. So let's see how those numbers do. So if you want more baseball talk or like taking out segments, it seems like the 1045 ESPN YouTube and the Facebook are going to be the place for you. Oh, wait. Hey, I got to say this. Happy birthday to my girl Alice. My oldest turned 6 years old. Turning 6 years old today. Just turned, is 6 years old officially today, which is a crazy thing about it. I know she's listening in the car, so happy birthday, baby. We had a really good time last night at Cirque du Soleil. Fantastic performance, man.
I was going to ask you how that was.
It was fantastic. I've always been
Alice.
a big Cirque nerd my entire life, and we didn't tell her where she was going, so to
she was probably so excited.
Suddenly end up in some ethereal Italian. It was so the entire show is about this circus clown who passes and basically imagines like his funeral as like sort of a carnival of sorts, and it's all very
a little morbid,
dreamlike, and it is and it isn't. You know, there's a bit of morbidity in there, but there's more of a celebration. It's more celebratory.
Yeah.
It's a bit manic at times. It's beautiful. It's floaty. It's airy. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So a huge thank you to Cirque for hooking up and getting us out there. That was a lot of fun.
Well, happy birthday, Alice.
Happy birthday, Alice. Love you, babe. All right. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. You want the most reliable, the most respected, the most complete roofing company in Louisiana? Go check out Coleman. They've been at it for 40 plus years. And I love the guys and gals over there at Coleman. Young, great culture, energy. Just working, man. Just working hard for whatever the customer needs to get the job done. And I tell you all the time, anywhere in the state, the entire Gulf South region, any type of roof. It's not just the roofs, it's the interiors as well. It's any size project, commercial, residential. That's what I mean by complete, y'all. Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com.
I mean, no one else is going to be the true one-stop shop like they are. Like T-Bob, and I tell you all the time, like if you have a big rainstorm and you've got a leak, they're going to come fix the leak in your roof. They're also going to come fix whatever damage happened to your floor, your drywall, whatever that might be, because of the construction part of Coleman. Go to the website today, ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Corks Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. We'll get you ready for LSU baseball at the box. And Preston Guy talking LSU football. It's the Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ted and y'all, this is a great Friday party song right here.
This is the song that was stuck in my head when I woke up this morning.
Did you watch Project X?
No, I was running yesterday.
It's a great running song.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, T-Bob, I hadn't seen it in a while. I don't know if this is in Project X,
It's 1,000. No,
I think it is.
It's 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, it should be if it is.
This and then the Cuddy song. What am I blanking on?
Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes, the Pursuit of Happiness.
No, I know that one.
No, I know, but I'm saying like those are the two main party montage montage scenes.
This song, it makes me like, you know that GIF of the little boy? Do you
Which
say
one?
GIF or GIF?
I say GIF.
The
I say
little
GIF.
I say GIF. The little boy with the glasses and he's in the club and he's
Oh
like,
yeah, and he's just vibing.
Yeah.
That little dude.
That's
I
me
love that little
listening
guy.
to it,
Right?
right?
That was me on
That
the
was you?
bachelor
Yeah.
party.
That's what
Like
I was gonna
just like
say.
legitimately, that was me the entire time on the.
That's Tickle Bob.
On the bachelor party.
That's
Yeah.
Tickle Bob.
I'm still just shout out to my bros who didn't let me dance alone. That's all I gotta say, man. They some real ones. All right, so we ended up getting caught up on the pitching yesterday because there was a lot of good.
How can you not?
A lot to talk about, exactly. But the other big story from yesterday's win over Northern Illinois with the Bats, just a smorgasbord of 2-run shots before Pearson broke the streak by just adding a second one of his own with a little solo bomb to dead center.
It was good to see him.
Yes.
Get to going a little. It's very, very early in the season. You've had one weekend, but we know what he can be. Last year, he didn't start the way he finished. He finished incredibly strong, and it's good to see him getting going like that early in the season.
Yes, I agree. I was also, I loved watching Michael Braswell, the third.
It's a really pretty swing.
Anytime, and he almost ran another one out as well, but. Anytime you have, I don't know much about baseball, so this is, layman. But like anytime you have a shortstop that can take it out like that, I mean that becomes very exciting to me. It warms your heart. Almost had a grand slam. That's right. I forgot the bases were loaded on that second one. But your Braswell with a 2-run shot, Paxton Kling with a monster 400-foot bomb that bounces off the scoreboard, and then Tommy White. As Doug and Chris are talking about, we haven't seen him hit a home run yet. Turns on one. And this thing basically, it was hit so hard that it like teleported out of the stadium. Like didn't fly out. It just was on his bat 1 second, and then the next second it was gone.
It landed on Uhigh's field.
Bruh, that thing, and it didn't go high. I mean, it was a line drive smash, and it just, I don't know that I have ever loved watching a swing. You talk about Braswell's swing. I don't know that I've ever loved a swing as much as I love Tommy White's, dude. It is so smooth and so dangerous, and I just it's so quick. Yeah. His hands get to the ball so fast, and
it's violent.
Yes, and it's violent. Yeah. And so it was great seeing him break through. And then, like you said, Josh Pearson. So 5 home runs on the night for the Tigers. Also, one other thing on Tommy. I'm really appreciative how consistent he is at third base. Like it feels like I don't know if it's like a body type thing or something or another, but it doesn't feel like he should be a good consistent defender. And I feel like for like 2, he had a great double play yesterday when Ack needed him. I don't know. I just feel like he's better than, maybe it's just my own. I'm just judging him based off of how he looks or something, but I just feel like he's a better defender than he sometimes gets credit for.
Well, remember last year coming into the season, everybody's like, you got to DH him. He doesn't have the glove. He doesn't have the athletic ability to go to third. And then everybody's like, no, he came here to play third base. You can't just DH him.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a big
Forgot
discussion
about
for that, before the year, and he was solid last year, and he looks even better this year. I mean, he scooped up a couple balls yesterday that not many people could get to.
The no play was fast.
Yeah.
I think he came in quick.
I think Braswell's the only one that has an error, if I'm
God, he sucks.
thinking about it.
As far as the infield, yeah.
I mean, I think is any like everyday position player.
Where did Braswell
right?
come from?
South Carolina.
Okay. So, and he's like potentially, like he's one of the best shortstops in the nation.
Yeah, as far as the defense.
Yeah, he's got 2 errors, and nobody else has one outside of Cade Anderson, a pitcher. So only 3 so far in 5 games.
Nookie says T-Bob didn't like the number 2 pencil bat. That's funny because that's exactly what I was going to ask next.
I am shocked
love it,
that
dude.
we got 28 minutes in
Yeah.
and hadn't talked about it.
In case you missed it, Travinsky but this is what I hate. Travinsky did. He stopped using it mid-game.
Yeah.
Yeah, commit.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like you got to commit to it. But if you're looking online, you see a picture of it. If not, go look it up. It started to go viral
on our
yesterday.
page.
But Hayden Travinsky has a metal bat that is shaped to look like a number 2 pencil, and it's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you look at it, and it kind of your brain does like a little double take because you're like, wait a second, like, huh?
At first, it's like, is he using a wood bat out there? Like I've seen a wood bat painted like that in the MLB for special games. I ain't never seen a metal bat like that.
And I love Jay Johnson's quote post game.
Yeah.
Where he was like, look, if they're hitting it, I'm a fan of it. If they're not, I'm not. I was like, yeah, fair. Spoken like a coach. He seemed a little surly after the game yesterday.
Yeah,
Not
I
in a
watched
bad
his
way. Just there, like, and I guess that's the perfectionist in him, right? Is that yes, there were 5 home runs hit, but he's talking about the 9 pop outs in a row that they had from that kind of 4th to 7th stretch or whenever that was. So Johnson always looking in the margins to get better.
I love him.
T-Bob, we were watching the game. I'm watching it at my desk. Musso's watching it at his desk. And we're just like yelling at each other down the hallway anytime something happens. And I like get up to go to the bathroom or something. I come back and I haven't quite sat down at the desk yet. And then Musso's like, Hayden Travinsky's bat looks like a number 2 pencil. And I'm like, wait a minute, are you telling me like it's really skinny? And then I walk to the screen. I'm
That's
like,
actually
no,
what I
it's
thought
literally.
too when somebody said that. I thought they were just saying that
it's
he's so
literally,
big that the bat looks small.
Because he goes, it looks like a number 2 pencil. And I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, it is literally a number 2 pencil. Is the wildest thing I've seen. I love the bat.
I know, you got to stick with it though. Now, because what? You don't get a couple hits a couple times, you're going to bail on it. Now we're just going to retire it. You can't tease us with the number 2 and then just have it go back into the shadows, never to be seen again.
Greg Dykman, who used to play at LSU, he had like a Star Wars one. Like
Yeah,
it was
the
like
neon.
neon.
Wait, whoa.
It was neon
Oh,
green.
It was
yeah, the
super
lightsaber.
cool.
I
Yeah,
forgot
it
about
looked
that, dude.
super
That is
cool.
sick. Oof. Somebody needs to make like a straight lightsaber one, dude.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Tommy White was up there swinging a red saber?
He'd look pretty cool.
How tight that would
Yeah.
look. Darth White
Yeah.
with a red saber just freaking smashing it. Oh, man. Don't get me too excited.
We were watching the game on off campus yesterday because it was the same time, and I was talking about the bat, and they're like, well, let me see. And so I sent them a picture. I was hosting with Bud and Dallin, and they were like, that's the craziest bat I've ever seen. But what would your bat be if you could customize one?
Okay. So lightsaber feels like an obvious choice because the shape and everything lines up. I don't think I could do like a sword.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, probably yeah. I'll keep it simple. Lightsaber for me. Color, I would go with green. I would go green. I would go with the Luke green from Return of the Jedi.
Alondra?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you kind of are limited by shape.
Yeah,
right?
like you either got Star Wars sword or pencil. So I don't know.
I can think of something else in the general shape range.
I could too.
Something that Taylor would probably want to use.
Taylor?
But,
Well, T-Bob took mine, so I'll go with my backup. I'm gonna make like a cigarette, like a nice Marlboro, right? That'd be fun.
Okay.
That'd be a good one, right?
Awesome.
You got the
smash it, and then you go like.
No, you got but like the two-tone. You got the tan at the bottom, the white at the top. Yeah.
The celebration potential
Because
for
I'm
the
smoking
cigarette
balls
bat
off
is
the bat.
fantastic.
Because I'm smoking balls off the
that's
bat.
great.
Yeah, cigarette, dude.
That's great. I don't know that they would allow that. Smoking kind of frowned upon in a lot of places now.
What would yours be, Jake?
I would probably do like a military theme and have the Wicked Shark smile like they used to have on the Curtis P-40s.
With the shark be at like the top of the barrel, like
and
coming
then like
out
the gunmetal gray on the rest of it.
That's a good idea.
He's actually sick. I can tell you've been watching a lot of Masters of the Air.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of. Well, actually, just World War II in
That's
general.
true. You've been in a deep
like,
2 hole.
Katie will come in and she'll be like, again, another one.
Oh God,
that just gave me an idea to do like a kind of like it looks like a wooden bat, but it's not. I wouldn't hit with a wooden bat, but like it looks like a wooden bat, and then it has blood on it.
Oh, like a Glorious Bastard thing. Yeah, you could do an Inglorious Bastard thing. You could have like fake, you could have like fake barbed wire, not like printed barbed wire, right? Wrapped around like printed wood. Okay, I think there's actually much better ideas than I thought.
I'm glad Jake went after me because his was a lot more respectable than mine.
You could
he was
also
doing the
go
military theme. I like that one.
No, but yours is good.
You could also go. For LSU, little Tyrion Lannister. Wrap yourself up in what they attack you with.
Yeah.
Just go straight corn dogs. Just have a bunch of corn dog bats and just be smashing people.
Yeah.
Middle fingers.
Have like a little line of mustard on it.
Yeah.
Like to go for,
I didn't think about that. Yes. That's how you would actually make it pop, the little line. Torch bat could be tight. Kamehameha bat, that would be cool. A bazooka.
Bazooka would be great.
There's a lot of good ideas in the chat. All right. Somebody said something making fun of Taylor that was funny, but I don't think it's kosher to read on air at 7:30. So
wait, why not?
Because we still have children.
I already read the comment.
Look at me. Look how discerning that was by me choosing.
We just
not.
wished a 6-year-old happy birthday. That's why we're not going to do it.
Champ says that DeMarini actually makes has bats like that. The World War II ones.
Oh, nice.
Somebody says a chicken wing bat.
No,
I think that'd just be tough to make it like. How do you make it look like a wing?
Yeah, because the wing's like fatter at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you could figure that out, maybe so. All right. The LSU baseball talk done. What time we played at 2:00 today against Stony Brook?
Yep.
Stony Brook.
Ooh, boys.
Did we find their bus?
Been waiting for this one. No. Somebody track down the Stony Brook bus and let's go egg them and let them know that they're not welcome here. And pull other various pranks on them. Leak one of their cell phone numbers. Leak the starting pitcher's cell phone number and everybody call them.
Harass him.
Yeah. No, just kidding. To be clear. All right. When we get back, I wonder if the Stony Brook players even know. Like, do you think?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
they
tell me
know.
Yes.
Are they aware of the animosity that all the LSU fan base has for their school from something that happened when they were 10 years old?
They know about
every like Appalachian State football player in Michigan, like they know. Like,
that's true.
Every time you get upset like that, and the Appalachia, that was 07?
07, yeah. Opening game of the year, 07.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then we played him the next year, opening game, and
we played him the year before. They were 2 years before.
I've never seen a team die in the pregame heat like they did.
That was a close game,
they had all black warm-ups, and they were like, get us the hell out of here, dude.
It was close. Like,
done.
Didn't feel 21-0.
I don't remember that game.
Yeah, it was 05.
All right.
I think 05.
When we get back, let's talk some Pelicans. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. Ooh, Tommy Tank should do a tank bat? Yeah, you could do something like Jake saying, or like a bazooka, something along those lines. Right now, Central Plumbing is hiring. So, if you're an experienced plumber, or an apprentice, but, let's say you're an experienced plumber and you're like, I think I should be treated better. Well, you want top wages? You want full bennies? You want to go check out Central Plumbing. Send your resume into j@centralplumbing.org or call 925-8552 today. And look, if you are an apprentice, they have a great apprenticeship school that you can join to push you across that finish line. The bottom line is top wages, bennies. It's all there for you. CentralPlumbing.org.
Go to that website today that T-Bob just gave you. Check out what they can do for you in the remodel game. Check out what they can do for you as far as going tankless with the tankless water heater and never run out of hot water again. Also call them in any emergency, 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade, time that slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me, like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll get you live updates from the box, preview LSU Mississippi State hoops, and a busy back-to-back for the Pels. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. So right now, it is my pleasure. We got Jeremy Terrio here in studio from Rev Business, and we're going to talk a little Dreams Come True golf tournament. It's coming up in a month. Now, actually, it's such an incredible tournament for such an incredible cause that congratulations, everybody involved. It just sold out, so there's no tickets left available this year, but next year, and there's other ways you can get involved that we'll get into. But if you don't know what Dreams Come True is, this is an organization. Think essentially you could say like Make-A-Wish, but for Louisiana, right? Louisiana kids who are dealing with the toughest of circumstances and their families. Dreams Come True does just that. It makes Louisiana kids' dreams come true. There is like not a more noble cause that you could get involved with. Jeremy, what's going on, man?
I'm done here. You stole my hot takes.
I was just trying to lay out exactly. I mean, you've been, how long have you been working with Dreams Come True now?
So probably since 2012.
Yeah. Well over a decade.
Right.
And so you've seen it grow. You've seen it grow firsthand, and it's obviously something that like once you get involved with, you can't really stop.
Right. They gained a lot of momentum right before COVID. They were doing about 70 dreams a year they were granting for students. And then obviously COVID kind of handcuffed them a little bit. But, they kind of flatlined at about 30. So they were still making dreams come true for kids, but then it's picking up again, So, these kids have these tough diagnoses and, they make dreams come true for kids 3 to 18.
Yep.
So I have seen everything from a Barbie dream house to a Disney vacation to a Taylor Swift concert for 12 and a private jet.
I remember that.
Right. To a vehicle being given to a kid for the first time who's, a teenager driving who's had a tough diagnosis.
It's, again, you meet the kids and their families, and it's the type of stuff that sticks with you forever. And so Rev Business is a presenting sponsor of the golf tournament. What makes the golf tournament so attractive that it consistently sells out like that every year?
So, I was coming on here. We booked this a month ago to talk about this, and then on Wednesday it sold out. I think it's so attractive and so appealing because it is not uncommon to see an LSU ex-coach like Coach Maneri just decides, hey, I'm going to pop up at hole 7. Yeah. And so people, come and support this, and they just think they're coming to support a nonprofit, and all of a sudden they see all these other high-profile people who are very, very passionate about supporting dreams come true. So it's just almost like a double stamp of authenticity there.
And it's a great time. It's an absolute great time. So so I missed out on the golf tournament, but I love if I've never heard of dreams, I'm just hearing about, I'm like, wow, dude, that sounds like a noble cause. I'd love to get involved, love to give. What are some other things that I can do throughout the year to help out?
So you can check out their website. They have all their events listed on there. It's dctofla.com. So on there, it lists out the events that we have, like either the fashion show that we do in October. You were there last year at Country Club of Louisiana. There's ways to give online. We do a lot of corporate matching. The opportunities are endless there. And then maybe if you want to do the golf tournament, start looking at it when it gets launched in January.
Yeah.
So
next January. I know that's a little bit of a runway there, but it is a very good time. It's 18 holes with, just like food, drinks, coaches, and again, all the money raised going to the best possible cause. So if you want to give just right now, DCTofLA.com. That's Dreams Come True, DCTofLA.com. Remember, it's Louisiana kids that benefit. All that money staying right here in the state and helping out these kids and their families.
Yep.
Jeremy, anything that I didn't hit on that we need to hit on?
Other things we talked about just that are not event specific. They do a radiothon with the Guarantee fam here. So it's just I have events throughout the year. I always tell people just go check out the website. You hit on it pretty hard. Local kids benefiting from this, and we love that. We're Rev. I'm gonna give a little Rev plug. We're a local provider, and it kind of tightly aligns with us being a local provider and them being a local provider of dreams. We're just doing internet.
and I know, and I'd like to thank Rev Business for being the presenting sponsor and working so hard to for such a good cause, for sure. Jeremy, thank you. Thank you, man, for coming by. And again, DCTofLA.com. Go check it out today. When we get back, we have more OTB. Close on hour 1.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. You work with Tommy's, you're going to see the difference clearly, y'all, okay? Check it out. Tommy's been in this busy. Yeah, you like that? Little window pun? But you will, because when you think about how Tommy separates, right? It's the customer service. And that's why they've won the Angie Service Awards all 7 years they've been in existence. That's why they have such incredible customer reviews online. And what I love is that when we had our original meeting with Tommy's, they told us, look, don't tell everybody that they just got to choose us. Make us one of the 3 bids. Make us one of the 3 bids and let us prove it to them. So if you need windows, you need doors, you need siding, you got a project in your home, your business, hit up Tommy's, make them one of the bids, and let them show you why they separate so clearly from the competition. It's GEAUX Tommys.com, TOMMYS. Go Tommys.com. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2024.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Closing out the show. Closing the hour. Huge thank you.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Later, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Sorry you didn't get the Pels or anything else. Huge thank you to Jeremy Terry, though, coming over. Again, I really do love Dreams Come True, y'all. So if you want to get involved, I think it's probably the favorite thing. It's my favorite thing that I help out with. They're one of the most fulfilling things, certainly. I have a lot to say in the Pelicans, so I don't think I want to do it here in these 5 minutes. I did not get to see the softball game yesterday. I do know that Taylor Pleasant, I've seen the highlights, walks it off, home run to right center, 3-2, third walk-off in a row, 9-0. Alondra, did you work the softball game? Did you get to check it out at all?
I didn't work it, but I did check it out. Yes, Taylor Pleasant's had a walk-off home run, and that is super awesome, but let's talk about Sydney Burzon for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess she just continues to kick ass.
She pitched all 10 innings of that game and had 14 strikeouts, or 13, sorry, 13.
Damn, I didn't know that.
1 walk, 5 hits, 2 runs.
No earned runs, though, right?
No earned runs.
Yeah.
So
pretty good walk to
she's-
strikeout ratio there right now.
Yeah, she's a beast. Like to pitch all 10 innings too. I know it's
How many? Give me her season numbers. How many games has she? Like, what's her record? Because it seems like she's pitching.
She's 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Seems like she's pitching every single game, basically.
Well, she pitched 4 of them.
Damn, Eric Trost, Sydney threw 154 pitches last night.
Yeah, it's very different softball pitching and baseball.
28, 28 innings, 33 strikeouts.
She could probably come back on Sunday and pitch that full game too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that. That's the one I'm thinking about maybe going to this weekend. A little Sunday, 2 p.m. Go if the weather's nice. Go chill on the Tiger Park lawn out there. The girls watch some softball to get fired up for T-ball season. But congratulations to Coach Beth Torina's squad. It's a good win.
If you go on Sunday, you're going to be alone because isn't it double Friday, double Saturday this week?
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't Sunday? Damn, never mind. So they're at 2 and 6.
I just saved you right there.
What are they? What are they at today? They're 3 and 5:30 today.
Today's 4 and
o'clock.
6:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little off. 4 and 6:30, and then Saturday's 4 and 6:30
Yes.
as well. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can go Sunday.
Yeah, I could go.
You could go, like, run the bases or something. That might be fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And then I got like birthday stuff all Saturday. Even though I don't know, there's a this is like a music festival in Boulevard Park or something. I struggle with saying that word.
Stony Brook at 1 p.m. baseball.
Yeah, today?
No, Sunday.
Sunday?
I was trying
Today's
to
2
get you
p.m.
somewhere on Sunday.
The thing is, though, I don't think my kids yet are ready for a full baseball game.
Yeah.
Right. The
softball's faster, quicker.
and
Tiger Park's great.
and no
kids.
seats. Yeah, no seats. Right, just chilling out there on the lawn. Like that's the appeal when you got all these littles that are going to be like
Baseball
ADD
needs a
and
burn.
want to run around and like get crazy
Yeah,
or whatever.
they've got the play sets there in baseball down the line.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's true. Forget about that.
We sit like on first base side in the very corner.
Yeah.
When the kids were younger, now they would want to watch, but we would sit all the way down there and they would just play and we could, just hang out. And
Did y'all see the video that I tweeted out of the Bros and Alex Box yesterday?
No.
No.
I'll show you or maybe you can look at my Twitter, Taylor, if you know. I mean, you're pretty slow at it, but maybe you can get it up in the next.
You said this
minute.
the other day.
By the
and I
time we
had
get to
it
9,
for you.
it's about 9 o'clock
hour,
you'll have it.
I see it.
These dudes. So you know how like on stream or in these like games where they're not on major networks, right? I don't know if it's like the commercial's not always being sold, but a lot of times between innings you just see the stadium feed and look at the lads just having a good time. It's just good old fashioned boys being boys here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for Taylor does.
I mean, I'm desperately trying to stretch and fill times. Okay, look at our boy. Look at our boy, dude. Look at if you're listening on radio, it's a bunch of young, precocious lads, and one of them starts pretending to fillet an invisible person.
Just guys being guys.
The other one just flicks off the camera because why not? And it just had me thinking like, man, I remember being that age, and you're just such like a,
Yeah.
you're just like just
boys being boys.
Yeah.
Neanderthals, dude, absolute Neanderthals. Like the one guy who just flicks off the camera.
Yeah,
we're on the Titantron, yeah. Like okay, hour 2 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
RejuveMeMedical.com. You want to feel like that again, right? You want to recapture that energy that you used to have when you were in college at Rejuve Me Medical. You can do that. And it's not with like a one size fits all plan, okay? Because that's the thing where Rejuve Me really separates is you go in for that free consultation, you get your labs drawn, and they use the information in your blood to customize a plan for you. And look, maybe it's HRT, maybe it's semaglutide, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's B vitamin shots. The point is, it's what you need to fight the effects of untreated aging. Rejuve Me Medical.
Go to the website today, get a consultation set up, and if you don't know what you're dealing with, but you know something's not right, they are going to help you get to the bottom of it, but you can't do that unless you get the consultation set up. RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
IU Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Friday, February 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 75. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll recap wins for the New Orleans Pelicans and the LSU women's basketball team. Also, LSU gymnastics coach Jay Clark joins us at 8:15. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What happening, y'all? Welcome in. Hour number 2 of OTB. There was Juan Tonka that hit us up on Twitter saying that Tommy Tank should get a Sherman bat. I think you could actually do something pretty tight there where, yeah, if you did like a Sherman tank, like small at the bottom of the bat, and then, you know, the barrel gets larger and larger until it takes over the entire head of the bat. It's almost like the barrel is facing you. That could be tight. And he's also, you know, one of the dudes that's badass enough to pull it off.
And like
not be worried
in the
about
tweet, it was a Sherman from the movie Fury, and it had the white paint Fury on the actual cannon. That would be.
Except maybe have it say like Twommy, or just tanks.
Or just tanks.
Tanks. Hitting tanks. It felt great to see him knock that one out yesterday. All right, though, we're talking about baseball today. Going down Stony Brook this afternoon. Go check him out. Let's get into the New Orleans Pelicans, the Bad News Birds, back in action last night in the Smoothie King Center. First time since the All-Star break. And, bruh, a game like last night, that's the type of game where it's again, to engage in hyperbole and everything else, it is incredibly tough not to just start to freak out about like the long-term potential of this team. They look so young, so athletic, so long. I mean, between Zion, Herb, and Trey, you just have three do-it-all characters that all have like slightly different strengths but weaknesses that are improving by the day. And that it just raw athleticism. It doesn't even get into Jonas Valanciunas, who's one of the more athletic big men. It doesn't even get into Dyson Daniels, who's out last night, but he himself is an athletic, budding two-way sort of freak. And then you have the old man, CJ McCollum, as the kind of fearless leader, glue guy that brings it all together. The scrappy guys like Najee, Jose. Larry didn't do anything last night, really, but Larry, when he has his moments, it's just, bro, that is a team-ass team.
Yeah.
And they playing like it right now. They're playing together. And last night, they just, the crowd was fantastic. They looked re-energized from the All-Star break, and they look a little hungry, look a little pissed, look a little angry, looking to make a statement, and they dominate the Rockets.
Yeah, no BI, no problem for the Pelicans. And you look at some of the guys.
That's actually crazy. I didn't even realize. I mean, I don't know how. I didn't even think about BI being out.
I mean, he didn't play, and so Trey Murphy gets the start, but that's the depth that we're talking about. That's what we've been talking about with this Pelicans team and what they could do because of the depth. And we were wondering, would they move a piece? Would they do something different? Kyra Lewis was the only guy that they ended up moving because they like their rotation. They like their guys, and they like the ability that if somebody like BI or Zion or whoever is out, that they can put a Trey Murphy into the starting lineup, and then Jose, Marshall, and Nance can take the minutes off the bench. Last night, obviously, Jordan Hawkins gets 17. That's a little bit more than he normally would get if BI was healthy. So they did it probably the right way. They decided to hold on to the players, not make a move, not get any more draft choices in the future, or maybe overpay for a player.
Why would you get rid of any of these young assets? It's like, to me, if you would have made a move like that, and again, I'm not an NBA expert. I'm sure some would tell you like, well, the point is to shrink the lineup, etc. But like, to me, it's like, it's the old Family Guy episode of, do you want a boat or the mystery box? Mm-hmm. And if you're saying like, no, I want to trade these young assets for draft picks, it's like, wait, like what? Like, no, like, well, Lois, yeah, no, you got it. The boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. Like, what? No, you already have the boat. You have Herb Jones, who is one of the best defenders in the entire NBA, and also has a three-point stroke that continues to get better. Did you see the dunks from Herb last night?
One of his best games, if not the best of the year for him.
17 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a career-high 7 steals. We call that the inverse Tony Snell. That is how you stuff the stat sheet right there.
Poor Tony.
Yeah, I mean, it was all-time bad stat. What are you going to do? Hey, Tony Snell, not a key part, but technically a part of that Pels play-in game run.
Yeah,
remember he got in and literally did nothing.
Yeah,
every time, and it was so frustrating. But he was there.
He was really good at it, though.
But yeah, like, so Herb's incredible. Trey Murphy. I mean, now he didn't shoot great last night, but his defense, 3 blocks, like, they're so long, and those two especially paired with one another, where Herb's kind of like, the great natural defender, learning on the offensive side, and Trey's the opposite. Yeah. But they're both growing together, parallel to one another. And then you've got Point Zion. I mean, Zion continues to prove that his actual best role in the NBA is as a ball handler, facilitator, scorer, and not grabbing boards. Now, he's still post up, right? Because he's just a mismatch to everybody on the court. Like Dylan Brooks got his ass whooped by Big Z last night. But yeah, man, like 9 more assists, 27-9. You don't need, like, if you're someone who still wants Zion to get boards, you got to break yourself of it. Right. Get rid of it. Yeah. He's a facilitator, scorer, and that's what he needs to be for this team to be the best. And he's the kind of proverbial straw that is stirring the drink for the Pelicans.
8-2 in their last 10. Second longest winning streak, tied for the second longest winning streak in the NBA at 4 games. They're now in 5th in the West, and so they're out of the play-in game. You had Phoenix lose last night to Dallas, so Dallas actually has won 7 in a row.
Yeah, Dallas hot right now.
They're sitting there at number 6, but you are still in striking distance of everyone in front of you. And the best part about what they're doing now is this is a lighter portion of their schedule as far as the teams, and in years past, they would have lost some of these games. They're taking advantage of having this right now so they can go win 4 games in a row. They can be in 5th. They're not sitting there in a play-in game, and they still have, a couple of really tough games coming up. They've got, I know, the Knicks coming up on the road. I know they have the Heat. They've got the Pacers a couple of times, but still, then after that, it gets back to a little bit easier for the Pelicans.
Well, and they got, it's like CJ said, man. CJ was very honest about what the goal of the team should be, right? Don't go in the play-in.
Right.
And how are you going to do that? By beating the teams that are under 500, by holding serve at home, and by being, winning enough on the road. And that's exactly, look, last night you checked 2 of those 3 boxes, right? Rockets under 500, you hold serve at home, there you go. It continued. And the other quote I'd point to is that Zion one right before the All-Star break where he's like, look, I've never been healthy at this, or I'm not used to being able to play at this portion of the year. Like I'm freaking hyped to play some meaningful basketball. And you're seeing it, man. It's just, I don't know that in all my years of watching the Pelicans, I'm not including the Hornets here. In all my years watching the Pelicans, I don't know that there's ever been a more exciting time than this time right now. There's been nice runs, been nice stretches, but there's never been anything that you look so legitimately good and not fraudulent like maybe you have at times been in the past. And again, the AD era was defined by just being so reliant on AD. Yes. I mean, you had Tyreek Evans out here just Wolverining his way through the paint, and then basically just that and AD. And, Drew had his moments as well. But now it's a team. It's a team. And that's a credit to Willie Green and the culture that he's established since he got this job. Remember when Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Josh Hart got traded and then came back to support the boys courtside? Like, when have you ever seen that before? And that is continued. And then there's a great, I don't know if it's from last night's game, but do y'all follow Retro Pels on Twitter?
I do not.
He just loves Pelicans. Great follow. But he does these great like montage videos, pregame, postgame. But postgame, it's hit the anthem, and it's like just a bunch of the clips of the team celebrating, having fun, whatever. And Zion Williamson's been liking him after every win. And he was asked about it in a press conference, and he basically said, well, it's like, he was like, I watched the videos, and I was like, okay, this act's kind of nice. He said, because that's how it really is. And in the videos, everybody's having fun. They're getting along. And he's like, no, that's how it really is. Like, that's how this team feels. We really do all love each other, and everyone gets along. And that's underrated sometimes in sports. Like, you can have the hyper-competitive cutthroat environment work for sure, where everybody's kind of on their toes 24/7. But you can also have the, I actually enjoy going to work environment and have that work as well. And the Pelicans seem to be falling into that latter half of that conversation. So it's, again, 12 games above 500, winners of 4 in a row. Like Jake said, you're only 3 games behind the Nuggets and the Clippers, who are the 3 and 4 seed. Thunder and T-Wolves, like, you are absolutely actually in striking distance of a top 4 seed. And you continue to separate a bit from the chaff, though you can't get complacent, right? Because you're still technically only 1 game out of the play-in. So life can come at you fast. But I trust this Pelicans team, and I cannot wait for this final run here.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at some of the different lineups that they have success with. And ESPN kind of broke down some of the analytics of it. And they can be creative with what they do as well. And I think it's Zach Lowe that wrote this article. He's like, you kind of want to have certainty in what you are as well. I'm like, I disagree with that. Like, the fact that they can kind of change up, that you can have point Zion and you can also put Zion at center, which they've been doing over the last couple of weeks, and have success, I think that gives you versatility. Like, with CJ, Trey Murphy, Ingram, Herb Jones, and Zion on the court, it's actually been their most efficient lineup.
Oh, wow.
So they can do things like that, and if they want to throw Valanciunas in there at center and put Zion at point or wherever he ends up, Like, I actually think that's a positive. Yeah,
You
wanna
can
have
go kind of
certainty.
matchup based too,
Yeah,
if you need to.
Right. I don't think that in today's NBA or sports in general, like, you have to have certainty. Like, this is our 5 and this is who we're going to go with, when you can switch it up, just like we talk about with baseball all the time with Jay Johnson. Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to have a certain 9 guys roll out there every day at the same position. He likes to move guys around depending on what the analytics say. And so I actually think it's a positive for him.
Yeah, in the age of positionless basketball too, the Pelicans feel especially they feel especially positionless, and they're so long. They're just so long. Everybody is. Like, Zion's kind of one of the only ones that's not, but then he's just a mixture of speed and strength and ability to finish around the rim that nobody else has. And his gravity, man, the way that he sucks defenses in and is able to set everybody up, it's getting better by the day. So, look, if you have not bought in to the Bad News Birds yet, there's never been a better time to hop on the bandwagon. Before we move on for the Pels, any thoughts from the peanut gallery back there?
I enjoyed it. Look, a lot of times when a team's on a hot streak and you have a little bit of a break, sometimes it can be a detriment, right? I mean, you're on a little bit of a roll. We saw with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, that's how they almost lost the division, right? They were 4-1 before the All-Star. I mean, their bye week. Then they lost.
Who could have forgotten the rhythm of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule? I think you're exactly right. Yeah. We all remember. You remember because you're a little Baker boy.
They lost
but yes.
4 of 6 coming out of their bye week.
Yeah.
They were 4-1 going into the bye week. And, one of them said, I think it was Levante David, was like, look, we're rolling. We're playing good. We don't want to break yet. The Pelicans
Jake's talked about that before, going to the playoffs and stuff.
I mean, the Pelicans were kind of in the same mold, and then to shoot as well as you did, to shoot over 50% from the court. You shot 39% from 3, which wasn't bad, but what I liked, you look at the box score, right? I think in basketball, every game there is one outlier stat. Because you're like, okay, everything's similar. What's the one thing that stood out?
That's fair.
Assist to turnovers for the Rockets. 27 assists, 24 turnovers. Yeah. The Pelicans, 35 assists, only 14 turnovers. That is super efficient. And you're talking about Point Zion, like
35 to 14.
Well, and everybody's like, oh, well, Point Zion, it's a bonus now. No, we got to stop calling it a bonus because it's the strength of your team right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean him bringing up the ball necessarily either, but just handling it and being the guy that starts it all.
Make the offense run through him. Again, he led the team with 9 assists last night. That's about the 3rd or 4th game in a row that he's had numbers like that. It's impressive to watch. And look, what do we talk about all the time? The depth of this team, the talent, the me-first mindset of this group. They're still finding different ways to win games, and that's what makes them a dangerous team.
35-14. I mean, I knew the Rockets had a lot of turnovers. I mean, Herb had 7 steals alone.
They had 14 as a team. They had 14 steals last night.
Blessed times. I mean, guys.
No, I'm sorry, 16 steals.
Outside of, and look, bruh, if the Saints end up being good, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if they do, watch out because we rolling. I mean, we got nothing to be upset about. If that's the case, life is bueno. Shout out to the Pels, man. When do they play next?
Tonight. They play the Heat at home tonight at 7.
So again tonight we have baseball, softball. Yep. The only thing there's no LSU men's or women's basketball. That's the only difference.
No, and you got men's basketball tomorrow too.
Yeah,
so it's coming.
Baseball, softball, Pelicans all back in action tonight. Hell yeah, dude. Flock up. The Bad News Birds. All right. When we get back, let's we can talk a little. I mean, we haven't done any football talk yesterday. Oh, no, we got Coach Jay Clark coming up next here on OTB. I'm being dumb.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Go there today, the website. You can schedule your service ahead of time if you want to, but walk-ins are always welcome as well. The All-Star Toyota Service Center. And as I tell you every day, all makes and models are welcome. Doesn't have to be a Toyota. Doesn't have to be from All-Star. And when you, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, and you get an accident. Okay, insurance claims are welcome. So you bring it in, you get that free professional estimate, and then they're going to, you take advantage of great communication. They have shuttle service to drop you off, pick you back up. The rental cars are right there on site. It's all there for you. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Go check out everything they have available because, yes, when you're buying new, when you're leasing, but also when you're renting, like everything they do there, everything is available. So multiple options. If you want a sedan, if you want a midsize, full-size SUV, van, multiple trucks, literally something for everyone and every lifestyle over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing, and
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB Friday, roll right along. And you know what Friday means? It means Gymnastics Day, baby. That's right. The number 2 team in the country right now, number 1 in your hearts, the team that just continues to kick ass. And every Friday, the head man, Jay Clark, makes some time for us here on a very busy day. Coach, thank you very much. How we feeling down in Gainesville?
Doing good, man. Just finished up breakfast with the team. Everybody's in a good spot. It should be a one heck of a meet tonight.
Well, and one heck of a meet. Seems like it's almost weekly for y'all at this point. Going over 198 at home against Auburn last week once again. But I want to talk to you first about your performance 2 weeks ago, because I know going into that, you had talked about wanting to achieve some of the consistency on the road that you were seeing at home. You go into Athens, ranked matchup. You come out with a win, a nice score. How do you feel about your team on the road now, maybe differently than you did a couple weeks ago?
Well, I certainly think we've taken a step forward. I don't think that performance was everything we wanted it to be, but it was a situation where we didn't have any falls. We hit all 24 sets, and it was definitely a step forward. But we've still got room for growth in that area, and so tonight is about taking that next step forward and really continuing to just make it about our own our own growth and measuring ourselves against ourselves.
Yeah, and I mean, look, tonight it's just the way of the road in the SEC. Gators 5th in the country, just another top 5 matchup. When you're getting the team ready, how much do you put into like engaging with the opponent, or no, ignore everything, it's all about us?
Well, as you know, there's no defense. So
Yeah.
sometimes I wish there was. I wish we could run up and knock them off the beam or something.
But there is some like psychological warfare, I feel like, that takes place with the teams cheering, because they're cheering on their teammate, but maybe it's another routine. Like there's some nuances there. I feel some intimidation as each team's kind of staring each other down.
Well, maybe a little bit. I think this is a pretty good rivalry here. These two teams have been at the top of the SEC pretty much every year for the last 10 years. And, Florida's a team that year over year has one of, if not the best rosters in the country and really is a threat to win the national title every single year. So, it's a tough out for us, but, a part of our conversation all week is that we've making sure that we're not dependent on our atmosphere in the PMAC, that we create our own energy and that we create our own atmosphere and we walk in there and we own that place as if we were at home. And so it is, from that standpoint, it is a psychological thing a little bit, to get in other people's environments and to try to take ownership of it. And that's the goal tonight, is just to, make ourselves really impermeable to anything outside of what it is we're trying to do.
Coach, I don't know that I've ever seen a schedule where every team you face has been in the top 25. The worst team that y'all have faced has been Georgia at number 19. I don't know that I've ever seen that, but I have to imagine for your team that it doesn't matter where you're going in or who you're facing, like you can make it all about us, because it's literally been every single week.
It is. It is. And if you ride an emotional wave about who the opponent is, that's a trap. And so what we're trying to do is just produce a level of consistency and not get hung up on who's on the floor with us. Because the reality is, the way our system is, we're competing against every team in the country every time we get on the floor. And in the SEC, it's obviously every team is ranked, and we intentionally chose our out of conference meets to be, well-known teams that are good. That I feel like we owe that to our fans. If we bring them into the PMAC, I don't want a bunch of cupcakes in there, and and you run the risk of losing a meet, but you also are sharpening yourself week over week and trying to be prepared for what comes down the line. So we try not to put any cupcakes on our schedule, and we try to go hard almost every single week. And in the SEC, you really don't have a lot of choice anyway. So here we go. It's just every week's the same thing. So we try to stay level-headed, don't get too high or too low about who's on the floor, and let's just rock. Let's just go.
Yeah, and check it out, y'all. So tonight, the meet going to be on ESPN2. I mean, big time. Let's go. National TV, ESPN2, 6 p.m. Lock in, and it is going to be a wild environment, Coach. Y'all are stepping into, I mean, I call every stadium in Florida the swamp, but y'all are stepping into a sold-out Exactech Arena, huh?
Yeah, probably. I haven't checked. I would assume
that's what I read.
Sold out. Yeah, it seems to be everywhere we go. I don't know that I don't know if we're bringing the sellouts or everybody's crowds are just getting better, but it's a certain amount of that is certain. There's a certain segment of every fraternity population on every campus that shows up when Olivia's in town, but I do think it should be an amazing environment in there. It always is. And look, these two teams compete well against each other in both places. It seems like every meet it comes down to a tenth or so, and so I expect tonight to be nothing different.
Yeah, these two teams compete pretty close in most sports.
Yeah,
Coach.
true.
And so
it's true.
I like the fact that this is a little bit of a rivalry situation in gym as well.
It's a sneaky, underrated rivalry. A lot of people around the country don't know about the LSU Florida hate, but it's like Jake said, it exists in every single sport. And but there's probably not another sport where the two teams are as good as gymnastics. ESPN2 tonight, 6 p.m. Watch Haley Bryan and the girls take down the Gators. Coach, best of luck tonight. I can't wait. I'm super pumped up, man.
Hey, guys, I appreciate it, as always, having me on. I really appreciate you guys bringing us into the fold over there.
Hell yeah, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, bro. We are glad to have you, and thank you for the incredible product that y'all put on every single Friday night. So check that out, y'all. ESPN 2 Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll be back against Alabama next week in the PMAC, so everybody needs to fill that place up again.
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
Fully aware. Thank you, Coach. Cannot wait for that next weekend.
Just listen to this real quick, T.
Yeah.
So this year, here's what their schedule has been. Number 14, Ohio State. Number 12, UCLA. Number 2, Utah. Number 1, Oklahoma. Number 6, Kentucky. Number 9, Mizzou. Number 7, Arkansas. Number 19, Georgia. And number 12, Auburn. And now number 5, Florida.
Yeah. I mean, when you choose Oklahoma and Utah and UCLA and you're out of conference, I mean, those are the best programs in the entire country. I got to disagree with Cortland here in the chat. He says, cupcakes, you're competing for an average score. The head-to-head is sort of relevant. See, that's what I was kind of getting at, and it was a poorly phrased question. But if you're saying head-to-head is irrelevant, you're not appreciating what it actually feels like to go and see a match, because they are very clearly competing with one another. And they are staring each other down. And the scoreboard's always sitting there and letting you know exactly where you stand in relation to them. And you see, oh my God, that girl just pulled like a 9975 or whatever, perfect 10. Like, we have to match. Like, you are if you have a team that you know you are better than and you are going to smash, it does not drive you to the same heights that you do if you have an Oklahoma across from you, you have a Florida across from you. So I understand what you're saying in that functionally, like Coach said, there's no defense, but like, absolutely, Coach is right. Don't schedule cupcakes. I mean, I love that. That's a man who is not afraid right there, too. He's not afraid of the fight.
It's like on Max Day in the weight room back in the day, right? I knew what I wanted my goal to be, like I wanted to get there.
Yeah.
But also, like, if I look over and T-Bob's doing 15 more pounds than me.
That's a good point.
Like,
I was wondering where you're going with that. I see. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
All right, I've hit my goal of whatever it was. I can do what T-Bob just did.
Iron
continues
sharpens
to
iron.
drive you, yeah.
Like, if you have a team that's doing like a 196, you ain't going to be very threatened. You might get a little lackadaisical in the floor. But yeah, I can't. So that should be a good one. I mean, think about that, dude. ESPN 2, 6 p.m. The sport continues to explode, and LSU's at the center of the gymnastics zeitgeist. All right.
We talked about like every sport, and because it's factual, but just think about the women's sports right now: beach volleyball, softball, gymnastics, women's basketball.
Yeah,
I don't know that anybody else can compete with that.
Golden age, baby. You know. Did you guys talk about women's basketball winning last night? We have not touched on it yet. We can touch on it a bit when we get back, and then we got some football convo as well, and then we got champagne shenanigans here in a little bit. So I would invite you to continue to hang out with us. Remember, Aggitemp, Baton Rouge, we kind of talked about it yesterday. It's been kind of crazy as of late with this hot, cold little bit of madness. Not exactly sure what to do with your thermostat. I mean, if you wanted to upgrade thermostats, Aggitemp could do that for you. But for all your AC, heat, and electrical needs, you want to go to Aggitemp at Baton Rouge. Also remember, free brewery. You got an extra day to take advantage with the leap year. We got 6 more days for this free brewery. You get that whole home generator, $1,500 off. And during the month of February, you get a free surge protector. So have them out to your home, get that estimate, attain that peace of mind going into storm season, and take advantage of just the unreal service to the highest degree over there at Aggitemp. Eric says, dang it, Jake, now I'm pumped up. Alexa, play LSU Boys by Ali Broussard. Dude, that's a deep cut. I don't know how many people nowadays know about them LSU Boys.
Yeah.
And you don't want no job. And you know. Do y'all know about them LSU
Y'all
Boys?
remember Ali Broussard's rap?
Alley Cat?
LSU Boys?
Yeah, what y'all know about Alley Cat?
I didn't know Ali Broussard rapped.
Yeah, he did.
Alley Cat, bruh. Them LSU Boys.
Big Fave, he said you ain't got nothing on him.
Oh, man. What is old Allie doing? I wonder what he's doing nowadays. Bilbo says away score. I don't know. He's just talking about how it's calculated. Then we can get there when we get there. Scott Dice, y'all going to talk about LSU football releasing that Heisman edition NCAA cover. So I wasn't sure. Was that an LSU edit or is that an actual?
I think it's just an edit.
I'm not sure if that's official. I could see it being official, but I kind of got the view that maybe that was just an edit. That's like On3's run with the Saban thing, and they've made edits of the GOAT edition, but I don't know that that's actually been confirmed by EA yet. I think we'll have all those answers when we get to the March reveal, but EA's got to be seeing the reaction online, dude, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if we have a couple well-planted leaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm using leaks in quotation where
why y'all
to keep you in the news cycle.
Why y'all put it in a PS5? We done told y'all.
Well, done told y'all what?
Xbox.
I don't look. I think being a console. I think being a like console. Really caring about the console wars feels like very like whatever nowadays. But in terms of just pure sales, the PS5 has smashed Xbox this generation. Xbox had to make up a lot of ground. They're still paying for the sins of Don Matrick and the original launch of the Xbox One, which was a abject disaster.
They just have better marketing.
But I mean,
what was the Game Pass is better than anything PlayStation.
I love
does.
the Game Pass.
Pass is awesome, and PlayStation is trying to play catch up with Game Pass. But what PlayStation has over Xbox are the first party games. Spider-Man, now Helldivers 2 is killing it.
Can't you play some of those games that were exclusively on there on Game Pass now? I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't think any of these Sony, like not God of War, I don't think any of the Sony exclusives come over. Microsoft is talking about making some Microsoft first parties being able to like maybe being on maybe Nintendo, maybe even PlayStation. But no, it's just look, I love I think Game Pass is great. I think Microsoft's doing everything they can to get you in their ecosystem 24/7. Who's the CEO of Microsoft now? Oh my God, why am I
Your
blanking?
mom.
Not the CEO of Microsoft, excuse me, but of like Xbox. Phil Spencer. He's awesome. He's been very gamer forward, and I think he's done a really good job of recovering from the sins of the Xbox One, where they were trying to like the always online. They just opened the door for PlayStation to bounce back after they beat PlayStation in the 360 era, in which the PS3 had a ton of like weird missteps that they had to make up for them. But
yeah, it says because of Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16, and Baldur's Gate 3 is what put PlayStation over the top.
There's because Baldur's Gate, that's right. Baldur's Gate 3 isn't on Xbox because it's some like, and it's not like it's not made by Sony. It's like a technical issue, something to do with the Xbox S. I said full reveal in March for NCAA. Full reveal in May. Yeah. Excuse me, that's on me.
Look, we ain't gonna try to correct over March and May here.
I know Helldivers is on PC as well. I really want to play Helldivers. I'm gonna wait for him to figure out the server stuff a little bit, and I gotta hit 40 in WoW. But Helldivers looks tight, dude.
You gotta hit what?
Level 40 in Season Discovery Phase 2.
Bro, you can't even get the right staff. You ain't hitting 40.
I don't want to talk about it, dude.
Dang.
I was thinking about it again this morning.
Hey, but you got 2 days. You got 2 days. You get the rollback.
I mean, yeah, I think it
And
might
you can
reset.
roll
I think
again in 2 days.
Actually, it might reset today. It might reset today. So maybe
you gotta let us know.
Maybe tonight.
Could you do me a favor?
The thing is, you gotta understand.
I'm gonna send good vibes.
So you get to kill this boss once every 3 days.
Yeah.
The staff is a 5% drop. It's already a mathematical anomaly that I've seen it like twice in like 8 times.
Yeah.
And I missed it both times. It ain't happening.
Yeah. Could you film it for us?
It ain't happening for
you. You gotta let us know how it goes, T-Bob. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Right. I am like invested in the staff.
Well, Alondra and I are actually being serious.
Yeah.
Taylor's just being an ass.
Yeah, Taylor's being Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm encouraging you.
Hold on. We got to go to break.
Okay.
We got to go to break. I'm actually, look at that. That's discipline, guys. Let's go to
So
break.
proud.
When we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys, 225-888-8888. You get in an accident, somebody's going to fight for you, get you what you deserve. You want Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Shout out Alex Milazzo, newest member of the G team. Go follow him on Instagram at GetGordon if you want to see Gordon and Alex kind of chopping it up about not just like, congrats on being sponsored, but how can we use this as a platform to help communities and initiatives that you are passionate about? And that's what they do over there, right? They're helping out, giving back. So take advantage of them if you need them. Your area code 888-8888.
All right, go to the website getgordon.com, and we tell you every day, like bottom right corner of the website, you can have a chat with an online agent. Also, you can get a consultation set up by calling the number on the website. You can go to getgordon.com, and you can just pick up the phone, your area code, followed by 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
LSU boy.
Are there curse words?
I have no idea.
Okay,
probably. Yeah, we should probably
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know, but I actually don't think so. But just to be safe.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I really don't think so.
Shout out Alley Cat.
I don't think there was.
Keeping it clean,
but
man.
I don't know for sure. So you might.
Yeah, we're gonna turn that down because I don't know.
Somebody said that PS3 actually outsold 360, which I could definitely see. Sony's had way bigger
Who cares?
brand the entire
Who cares?
time.
360 wins.
Well, I would say I would still
on.
argue that 360 won the generation because of market share gained. Like the Xbox Live was just absolutely smashed with PlayStation's online service. Remember when PlayStation got hacked for like 3 months and you couldn't get online? That was crazy. Lizard Squad. Does anybody remember Lizard Squad? The old hacking group, they used to just like mess with all these corporations and everything.
No.
Never knows about Lizard
but they
Squad.
sound like a bunch of hacks.
Jesus.
Oh, yes.
I don't know who's rubbing
Proud
off
of
on
you.
who more right now. I really
proud of
don't.
you right now, Bo. Let me tell you, I'm done pretty proud of you. I don't, Taylor, do not post this on. Oh, real quick, on the NCAA news, did anything stand out to y'all? I mean, I don't know. No. There's a story. Garrett Nussmeier opts in to EA Sports College Football 25. I'm kind of like, yeah, of course, right? I mean,
Okay, so there's actually been a big discussion of people being like, these athletes deserve more. They shouldn't take $600. I'm like, okay, here's your option. You can take $600 for doing absolutely nothing, or you could not opt into the game and get $0.
Well,
and you can not have the game for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
would you rather have the game and get $600 in a copy, or not have anything at all?
Well, it's like, and it's one of the rare instances where if you can't have Pat Mahomes in your NFL video game, that sucks. NCAA just ain't like that.
To voice
no, because we never had it. We never had it before.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody is really It's fun to have the players. I'm excited to have the players. Nobody's going to give a damn if Carson Beck isn't in the game.
Also, if Nussmeier would have opted out, and next year if you're playing with LSU and it said QB number 13, I know exactly who that is anyways.
Well, yeah, and I did see something interesting, though, where they're going to make, if you opt out, they try to make your player uneditable. But then it's like you could still just, I imagine, edit a backup, edit a replacement. Like, whatever. The point is,
coaches are not going to be.
Now, that makes sense. Because
editable.
Why? Because that you would actually have to pay for, like, who are the actual stars of college football? What would be the actual high-cost talent to get? Would be the coaching likenesses. Everybody, but even then, it's like people are buying NCAA football more for the brands and the schools themselves than they are any individuals. And so it's one of the rare kind of situations in which I don't think you have any leverage, no matter how big of a player you are, if you say no. Like, is there any college football player in the country that would say no, or any amount of football players that would say no that would make you not buy it?
No.
Yeah, flat out. No. So, like.
Hell, they could come back with no numbers on the jerseys and just a uniform.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I at least want numbers.
I wouldn't even need that.
I think numbers is maybe like my bare minimum.
I don't even care. Like, as long as you have the logos and stuff, I'm good.
You're going to have, you're going to have, like you said, you're going to have the logos, you'll have the numbers, you'll have the fight songs, you'll have the cheers, you'll have the pregame traditions. Like, you'll have all that stuff that makes it college football. And so the players don't really, that's why I'm a bit surprised when I see all the stories about, like, we're opting in. And then the schools themselves being like, we're opting in. Like, okay, schools, you want to just an easy PR loss? Hold out of the NCAA video game. Like, what are we talking about here? Who's going to do that? So I don't think there's any FCS schools, though. Is that correct? Or HBCU? I believe I saw that.
So no FCS schools just yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they get added later on. But why does everybody keep talking about David Pollock being in the game?
It was announced that he was going to be one of the voices on the game, and everybody's like, wait a minute. Like,
yeah, but it's not like an ESPN game, though, right?
No. I don't think so. I think EA is a separate thing, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have the ESPN licensing. Did they? So are you going to have multiple different announcers to choose from, actually?
That's what they said.
That was
originally.
They had a list. Let me look it up. They released who the broadcasters were going to be.
Oh, okay. Okay, dude.
Kirk Herbstreit's one of them.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
You need someone to announce football nowadays, you get Kirk Herbstreit. It's just what you do.
Trying to find
Pay him a ton of money. I don't know how Kirk does Thursdays into Saturdays like that, bro. That's insane. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we're going to talk a little Saints mock draft to close out the hour and then get into champagne shenanigans here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Trash Rangers. I'm be heading out to go see Trash Rangers today, y'all. Boots in the ground. Boots in the truck. I think they're going to let me drive a dump truck. So, I don't know how to drive stick. We'll see how it goes. I can kind of drive a stick, you know? Like, there's a good chance that I screw something up, but I know the base mechanics of it and have performed it.
It's a good thing it's not stick shift.
It's not?
No.
I just always assumed that dump trucks would never evolve to being automatic. What?
It's not stick shift.
Look, see, that's how bougie Trash Rangers is, y'all. But that's also the level of service that you're going to get, commitment to the latest and greatest from Trash Rangers. Look, if you're in Livingston Parish, you're in Ascension, you see the red cans, that's Trash Rangers. That's local. That's money that stays in the community, back in the community. You go to trashsignup.com. In 3 minutes, you select your number of cans. You get your pricing. You get your pickup days. And remember, they text you ahead of time so you never miss again. Trashrangers.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Value Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
But I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Every time we mock, we get excited.
See what you did there.
As mock draft season is firmly upon us. And look, I don't know how you approach mock drafts. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan, but I think it's because I approach them in a flawed way, right? I approach it from the mindset of like, well, I don't care because nobody gets it right. Because like one thing happens different on draft day, then everybody's wrong. I don't think that's exactly the point with mocks. I think, right, it's trying to kind of hive mind out maybe general ranges for where guys could go, general ranges for maybe what teams are thinking. And you just have to accept that it's like meteorology. It's like batting. It's like talent scouting. These are just very inexact sciences. But if you enjoy the process, you enjoy kind of thinking about the hypotheticals, what could be, then I think maybe you get some enjoyment out of them. And there's a couple interesting names for the New Orleans Saints. The CBS Sports mock draft has them taking Jared Verse at 14. I'm guessing Laiatu Latu's already off the board at that point. I think I would accept Jared Verse. That is a big name from a big school that has played in big time games, that was a consistent performer. I would be excited by Jared Verse at 14.
You know, actually his comp, according to Matt Miller, is Trey Hendrickson. Funny
Really?
enough. Yeah, that is the comp that Matt put on him. And Matt Miller, who he's one of the guys I respect the most in this mock draft, NFL draft season, he's got, I think, 16 players that he has true first-round grades on. Like, without a doubt.
Oh, okay,
It's like taking in like injury history and everything. And he's only got 2 edge rushers that have a grade that he thinks, putting everything together, would be first-round worthy. And it's only Dallas Turner and Jared Verse.
Would you? So, Jared Verse, like I said, I think people would be happy with that. I don't think that would upset the nation.
18, 19 sacks in his 2 seasons at Florida
Really?
State.
I didn't even know the number got that high.
I mean, and that's coming from Albany, where, you know, the first year, obviously it's a transition and you're trying to figure out how to play within that league. And you were dominant in a lot of ways. And then this year you certainly were unblockable at times.
Well, and then also, again, you know, it just feels like more of a known quantity than your Peyton Turners or your Marcus Davenports or your kind of project guys. Like, look at Brian Brzee, known quantity, major school, on-field success. Look at how all that translated to the league. I'd be down for that. The other mock from NFL.com, and Dan Jeremiah has the Saints going J.C. Latham at 14, the Alabama offensive tackle. I don't know Latham as much in terms of his film. I know the Alabama offensive line really struggled early on, got much better later. I know Proctor kind of struggled and got better. What about just like positionally, conceptually, how do you feel like Saints fans would react to drafting a tackle?
I'm going to be real honest with you. I wouldn't like that pick at all.
Okay.
I don't think that is a top 15 player in this draft. I don't really think that's a top 30 player in this draft. There's some offensive tackles that I think if you're going to go that way, we saw some of them at the Senior Bowl. I'd like to see them go there. I don't have him anywhere close to 14. Now, even if...
Yeah, this has Falga?
Oh, from Oregon State?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, sorry, that was a dangerous word to say. But this says Falga going at 10. And then it says Fashanu going at 7.
Fashanu's kind of like,
and this says Alt going at 5 to the Chargers. So in this scenario, there's been like a run on tackles, and the Saints are like desperately trying to get in
and then
there.
you don't take one.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't take one. No, you don't just take one at 14 because you feel like you need one. He's not a top 14 player in this draft, and those tackles outside of Alt could maybe fall to you. I don't know, and one of them could. I don't think both of them would, but one of them could fall to you. There's only 3. He's got 3 tackles that have first-round grades. It's those 3 guys you just mentioned.
Fashanu's a beast. I remember diving into that Arkansas film, or not the Arkansas film. No, sorry, I was thinking of the BYU cap. My bad. Fashanu from Penn State, also a beast.
He's been like a first-round pick for multiple years. Like as soon as like his freshman year, like, okay, when it's your time, you're going to be a first-round pick. Also, I would much rather that than Latham from Alabama.
For what it's worth, this has Marvin Harrison Jr. going 3, Malik Neighbors going 4, and Jaden Daniels going 6 to the New York Giants. It is the May, but then look, the other mock has Jaden Daniels going 2 overall.
Yeah.
It seems like quarterback is going to be 1-2. It's just which quarterbacks will it be out of the Williams, Daniels, May big 3.
The combine starts next week. The player that I think more than any player across the country that's going to improve his draft stock in Indy is Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's going to blow people away.
So look forward to it. Draft season. More to be next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Invite anyone to take a tour at pipeandsteelindustrial.com.
You want a dry and cozy car, but your windshield leaks water and makes your car wet and smelly. That's why you need Advanced Windshield, the problem solvers in auto glass repair. We use quality parts and tools to ensure a perfect seal every time. Visit us at advancedwindshield.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Friday, February 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 75. In hour 3 of today's show, Rivers Huey stops by the studio for a full hour of Champagne Shenanigans. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
We're just 60 minutes away from the end of the OTB work week. Screw it. Why not start now? Pop the cork and pass the glass. This is Champagne Shenanigans with Rivers Huey on Off the Bench. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert, Jacob Hester, and Rivers Huey.
Hey, there it is. Project X. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Work week's done, you know, in some ways, at least. We even did the dismount of doing a Saints mock draft segment for Taylor to put up on the YouTube, which, whew,
How was that?
That was a tough one. But Jake is an expert at the draft, and so he
Taylor's
was
like,
able
whatever,
to.
you got to do it.
No, I agree. It was good. Like Jake actually made it good because I had nothing to actually. I don't have a lot of great insight.
I like Taylor sitting back there, just leaning back.
See how
He's like,
cocky he is.
I enjoyed the
Steering
segment.
the ship.
Yeah,
It was
I'm sure
I
it was
enjoyed
good.
it.
I think legitimate good conversation was had.
I think you even did a good job.
This is like this
even
is like
you.
this is like the Pelicans. We all like are playing off each other's strengths a little bit here. And Jake's kind of our in-house draft expert. And I pictured Taylor just sitting there and, essentially pleasuring himself to mock drafts. He just feels like such a mock draft guy.
Are you?
I did 3 the other day. You can do it on Pro Football Focus. You can do a full 7
Are you
rounds.
joking or are you serious?
No, he meant he did
I'm
mock
serious.
drafts.
No, he
this
did
was-
mock drafts. Yeah, but then
this was last week.
But you
pick your
did 3
team.
mock drafts on your own time just for fun.
Define own time. I was here. When
Part of his job, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
A little research.
Sad note here: no running backs have a first-round grade.
But you had 2 last year?
2 in top 12 last
Yeah,
year.
that's what I'm saying.
but-
What were you getting a little fat and cocky?
But
Give you an edge, yeah.
second or third round, there's going to be a run. Like Bucky Irving, Jonathan Brooks. Like, they got good backs in this draft.
Jonathan Brooks might
Taylor's
be
going to start
one
throwing names
if
out
he-
that no one's ever
If
heard.
Jonathan Brooks didn't get hurt, he might be a first-rounder,
Yeah.
but obviously coming back.
What? Wait, so Taylor, why were you doing these mocks, or what? I interrupted you. It seemed like there was maybe some hook that you were going to get to that
No,
brought you in.
just did a couple mock drafts.
No, just.
What are you
don't
going to
just
do?
sit around and mock it up.
What are you going to do?
I have never, and everybody has different passions. It's cool, man. It's like it's
You're
just,
over there rolling dice.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
Taylor is just mocking it up.
which is random and kind of dice rolly in its own way. Now, are you doing a situation where? Are you mocking for every team? Are you like, I'm going to mock the Saints and the computer's doing all these
I think I
picks?
did like literally one for the Saints and
Okay.
then one for the Cowboys. Like, that's all I did.
I'm surprised you didn't do a Bucks one.
I'm
for
not
your
a
boy
Bucks
Baker,
fan,
dude.
so.
You kind of are a Bucks fan.
Kind of are. You're Bucks adjacent.
You referenced the Bucks win-loss rhythm from this past season.
Because
I was like, what the hell
as
is
if
he
it
talking
was
about?
common knowledge that they collapsed
Somebody
after the
mentioned the bye
bye week.
week on their team and said, we don't want a bye week, and then they were bad after.
Look, when you're deep in the mocks, you're going to talk about that stuff.
That's exactly. No, it's a personality thing. The same type that, and it's just not mine, but the same type that like loves fantasy football tends to really love draft time and mock drafts as well.
Hey, it's not time for
goes
fantasy
hand in
mock
hand.
drafts yet. You got to wait till after the actual NFL
No, I'm
draft,
not
then you do
talking-
your mock
Now,
drafts.
fantasy mock drafts are more understandable to me because you could actually be in those situations picking.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you've simulated 12-team league, that's actual practice at that point. If you're doing just NFL mock drafts,
guys, I did 2.
What are you doing?
relax.
You said
no,
3
no,
earlier.
I know. Yeah,
You did say 3.
Dude. Now I think you did 4.
Okay, well, no,
Because
I did.
Get your story
I
straight.
did a Saints one and a Cowboys one. So.
Yeah, you said 3.
Dude,
Okay.
He did a Bucks
Two.
one
Was the Buck?
too.
I think he did a Bucks, and then you called him out, and he's like,
No, so
crap.
look, we don't count well out in Livingston Parish. That's a me
Parish.
problem. So it was 2.
I saw on Instagram Beyonce's one of the new songs hit some sort of Billboard top 2 different charts, and I was like, ooh, this would confuse Taylor.
It's confusing. There were some
so it's
confusing
apparently
metrics thrown around
it's
the other
supposed
day.
to be like a country song or
It
something.
is, but it was just,
I haven't heard
it was like on not even about the song, just the Billboard charts. I know that is a tricky thing in this room.
To be
It
fair,
confuses
I
me.
was
I don't understand
editing
it
the
completely.
show the other day, and I listened back to that segment, and y'all gave me bad info. Like y'all misdirected me. I said, yeah, well,
I didn't.
Let's
it
watch
was
the
somebody.
film.
No, I mean I can pull it up because I
Alondra will
asked.
pull the tape.
I
She
will-
literally had
I
tape
will
waiting
pull
on when
the
I got
tape.
back from
Yep.
vacation the other day.
I'll pull the tape. I don't care.
speaking of
T-Bob's the one
pulling
that brought up
the tape.
Billboard that segment.
No, it was just funny because she topped 2 different charts, and in my mind I said, or I thought, oh, I can see how all of this would be confusing.
Yeah.
It's like there's like different genres, but then you're on this like top 100, and then there's just a whole
Well, and
bunch
then
of different charts.
In her defense, I was super vague. I was very broad with
I
it.
said Billboard Top 100, and everybody in this room said yes. So that's what I looked up. And then Taylor's like, no, that's the wrong list. And I'm like, that's the one you just told me.
I still feel like the answer is Drake. I don't know though. I still
It's
like.
got to be Michael Jackson.
No,
wasn't
I
even on
think
the
Drake
one that
beat
she
Michael
pulled up.
Jackson, dude. I think Drake beat Michael Jackson is the point.
That's
I
crazy.
don't remember exactly when or how.
I mean, I learned something. I
Here
did
we
not
go.
know.
Time to pop it.
Ooh. I did not know. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm not a country
dang.
music listener, really.
Yeah.
I did not know that George Strait had that many.
Yeah. I
don't
So,
think I
like,
knew that either.
I learned something. Whether he's the most or not, I learned something in that segment.
Did it take you a while to get there? Yeah, but there was a payoff at the end somewhat.
There was payoff. I actually sat in my car. I pulled into my driveway, and y'all had just started the conversation. I stayed in my car to listen to you finish that whole conversation.
And I bet you if Murphy, Sam, and Jody was on, you would have got out your car.
Yeah, there's no
absolutely,
doubt.
100%.
Oh, man.
So T, you remember the other day? I think it was the other
sheriff
day.
on chat.
So we both do multiple shows, whatever. I had never messed up coming back. I'd never called off campus OTB. Yesterday, we're like deep in the show, and for whatever reason, I guess I say welcome back into OTB, and I see like my two co-hosts yesterday. They kind of like, what's that? What's he talking about? And then Olivia immediately said, "Oh, welcome back into OTB, huh?" And I'm like, "Oh, I did it! I finally." I mean, so after multiple years. And so then it turned
That's
into
your
a whole
first
bit.
time?
First time.
Wow.
And then it turned into a whole bit of how we could call off campus the OC, the real OC, the other OC.
I have I'm actually shocked that y'all haven't done an OC play yet. Help me out here. What's your boy Bobby Carpenter doing with a bunch of Buckeyes in the Bahamas?
He's on the Buckeye cruise again.
Oh, so that is okay. I was wondering I thought that was separate from the Buckeye cruise, and I was like, why is Ohio State more than any other alumni base so about just getting together and partying on beaches?
Now they are. So they have a true Buckeye cruise where they literally have like old football players, coaches, different people that they go on this cruise with nothing but Ohio State fans. And it's a smaller cruise ship, but it's still like a carnival-sized cruise ship, one of the smaller ones. But they do it every single year. It's like a 7-day cruise, and people love it. I mean, it sells out like in minutes. Yeah. Whenever they open up tickets, it sells out like that. Bobby does it every single year. So we need to do the Tiger Cruise.
That'd be so crazy, dude. I feel like people would just be pressuring me to get blackout 24/7. Like, get more drunk, monkey. Dance, do something funny.
I'm sure it would take that.
That's true. I mean, if you're on a cruise,
do you think we're getting to the point where people are having to harass you into drinking?
Well, it happened. Look, it happened at It happened at the last Whiskey and Wine at Walk-Ons. Chat the entire time. It's like, T-Bo's not drunk enough. It was making me take like car bombs and chug beers.
Everybody was just holding you down, pouring it down your throat.
A car bomb sounds so painful.
Because you're such a small human.
Dominate car bombs. Dominate beers.
What, an Irish one?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Obviously. I don't know actually of any other.
I don't know why I asked that.
I was like, what other car?
I don't know.
A very good clarification.
We could come up with a Mexican
it's kind of
one.
fun, like an American car bomb's like a bourbon dropped in like a.
I guess
like
do
a Coors Light.
There's like a Vegas bomb, but that's not a car one.
I don't know. What's a
Vegas bomb? Is something in Red Bull.
It's Crown Apple, Red Bull, and peach schnapps.
You do know I love Red Bull,
bro. One of my
my bartending experience
at the bachelor party. I know you're a bartender.
Yeah, for like a year.
At the bachelor party last week, that's what my brother's future and father-in-law is obsessed with.
Vegas bombs?
Vodka, Red Bull, and ginger ale.
You know how I feel.
And I drank so much of it.
T-Bob makes fun of me because if we're ever in a bar that's not like a grown-up bar, you know, like if we were at Bogey's, for example, we were watching the Pelicans one night. And whenever I get to a bar like that, I panic a little bit because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to order wine from this bar.
Yeah.
You know, I would normally order champagne if I don't know what I want at like a normal bar because they have options. At Bogey's, I'm like, I cannot order a champagne or a wine. And so I black out and I panic and I just Red Bull vodka.
Yep, you just fall back on the old faithful.
But you know what? Dude. I actually like them. And the last time I did it, T-Bob was like, whatever, let me try it. Like, it's been a long time since I've had one of these. He took a sip. You know what?
To be fair, that was actually, I went through that exact same rhythm last weekend where I was like, I haven't had one of these. I was like, Saturday morning, I'm like, bro, I got a headache, dog. Like, I need some Advil. And he was like, oh, you need some Advil? Try this instead. And
vodka Red Bull.
Yeah. And then I drank it and I was like, wow, I feel better.
To be fair, I should do like soda tequila or something like that. But I just, whatever, I black out and I'm just like.
Ranch water's
I read this thing. It said a vodka Red Bull is like doing a line of cocaine. So that's probably why he suggested it to you.
I would. Who told you that?
I just read it.
I just read it.
Kind of sounds like somebody who's never done cocaine, but
Maybe.
but you know, you will get a little energy. You will get a little energy for sure from a vodka Red Bull, no doubt about that. Get a little boost maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did consider that. So I went and saw Grace Potter at Chelsea's Live last
yeah, that
week.
looked very fun.
It was very cool. And
Who's Grace Potter?
I feel like she's
Harry Potter's sister.
Harry Potter's sister. That was a good one. She was like big, probably like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
She has a song on Tangled.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, now I'm talking your language.
Now she's got
But
immediate respect.
She was
for
really
me.
good. She gave off the energy, and I hate to say this because she's still very popular and such a talented artist, but she gave off the energy of like, I have been in big arenas and I have like played. You know, she has that energy about her. But she was doing it like in Chelsea's.
Yeah. Seemed like a great crowd though.
But so Chelsea's is not I would not say Chelsea's a college bar, but it's also not like a bar I want to order wine from. So I was like, I need to think this through. I'm not going up there and ordering a Red Bull and vodka. And
I got to be cooler than that.
I have to be cool, Ribs.
Grace Potter will be disappointed in me.
So
if
I did.
order Red
I
Bull
went
vodka.
tequila soda, which I felt more adult.
That's the adult drink to
That
order.
is an adult drink.
That's the adult drink to order.
I
have
could do
grown up-
vodka soda. Shout out to my guy Gulf South in the Bayou Forward chat because he just let me know that it was Purdue University that did the study. So it's not like I just like pulled it out my ass or whatever. Purdue University did it.
I don't think Purdue University's done cocaine.
I've never heard of that university.
Yeah, that seems like, what is that, like DeVry?
I was about to say, we're one of those like.
Oh, you said Purdue.
Yeah. What did it sound like?
I thought you said Purdy.
Purdy.
Brock.
Did I say that?
I thought you were talking about Brock.
I meant
Thinking
Purdue.
about Brock.
Anyway,
well, that changes things.
I'm going to disagree.
I thought it was like the movie Accepted where they just made up a university.
I'm still going to
Purdy.
disagree
My
with the Boilermakers there. Does he happen to know that the American version is a Boilermaker? I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is that like?
I do love a
I've
Vegas
just been
bomb,
looking up the
though.
Buckeye cruise.
Yeah. Would we? I'd be down for an LSU cruise.
I would too.
I think I'd be down for an LSU
I think
cruise.
that would go absolutely insane.
I don't know if they could stack the alcohol enough to be able
yeah,
to host
exactly.
LSU fans.
Garth Brooks' concert ran out of beer.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like.
But also probably a poor planning.
Yeah, I mean, how this logistically seems like a lot. How do you get an entire cruise ship? We're gonna end up
Ask
on
Bobby.
like a pontoon boat, with like 30 people, just like
On the-
sweating and like
on
on,
Lake
the Mississippi
Maurepas.
River. Yeah, we're gonna be in Tensalt Parish, like Bruin, just on a 30-person pontoon.
On the
boat.
Tickfall River.
the LSU cruise.
I'd say 20 of us, like 20 former players, 5 from baseball, a couple basketball, mostly football. We should let it ride.
Let's do like that episode of Always Sunny when they want to make like kind of like a friends club, like a boys club, but they go
Yeah.
out of their way to explain that it's definitely not gay.
Yeah.
We'll make it like an all guys cruise, but like it's not gay. It's just about hanging out with the fellas. It's like it's like our guys from the game yesterday out there in the stand.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of, it's just boys being boys, having fun.
The Buckeye cruise looks like everyone's welcome, by the way, in case you're wondering.
That seems a little.
Everyone's welcome. What do you mean?
Just male and female.
Oh,
Obviously. I just feel like there'd be some
Oh,
potential
so
for
you're
some.
gonna exclude women?
Well, no, that's
This
what
feels-
I'm saying. Keep it to
yeah,
the bros.
like, wow.
Yeah, keep it to the
This
bros.
feels a little problematic.
It does look
very
it does look
sexist of you.
adults.
I mean, a
only,
bros
as it
trip,
probably
like-
should.
Well,
That's-
it's got to be adults only.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
They are a
like-
lot of cruise ships that do that.
Are you
now.
calling
It's just
women
adults
children?
only.
Like Dennis says, no, the implication, if you have people who are fans of maybe some of these old football players, I think you could run into some interesting propositions potentially
But you're
on a
gonna-
cruise
you
ship.
should
if
run into that
everybody's
anywhere.
consenting, then it
You
doesn't
can,
matter.
but this is taking all of that and confining it to about as tight of a space as you can. I'm just saying. You don't think I'm like at all on
I'm
anything
just saying,
here?
you know, you
I
gotta-
think you're kind of tripping.
It's got to be an adult.
look,
It's got to be
yeah,
an adult.
exactly. We're all
Like,
adults here.
If Bobby Carpenter and AJ Hawk can handle it, by God, we can too.
Is
Those
AJ
are my
Hawk
meat-
on it too?
Yes.
I mean, that
Those are my
guy.
meathead
Yeah,
brethren.
I
for
love
sure.
AJ. Don't know
I
about him.
love both of them.
T Bob and I sat in. We were eating lunch in Mobile one day, and
yeah.
I don't know. Pat McAfee show was on, but we couldn't hear it. So it's just Pat talking and talking and talking. And T Bob was like, "I don't think I've ever seen AJ say a word."
He's actually
And
really
you and I
funny
were
on that
watching
show.
it in your room.
Yeah.
He starts to try and like you can see him like Pat's talking, and you can see AJ like coming up with a thought, and he wants to say it, and he starts to like
He's
get in
actually-
there, and he just can't. He can't get in there.
He's
Then
really
about
funny on
5
that
minutes
show,
he
though.
got in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of voices on that show.
Yeah.
though, to be
Yeah,
fair.
for sure.
There's
For
like
sure.
7 people that talk.
Oh, bro, and look, I'd be more than happy to be AJ Hawk and be kicking it and be making that money they're not making on the McAfee show.
Hell yeah.
So y'all really don't feel like any wives are maybe cheating a little bit on the OSU cruise? You don't think any
I mean,
shenanigans?
if they're cheating on
but that's their prerogative.
If they're cheating on the cruise, they're probably doing that anyway.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know why your
You're,
mind
like,
went
very
there, though.
concerned.
Right, like,
see,
Timo,
my mind
like,
went
dang.
It's the implication.
Everybody
knows
just,
when you're on a
like,
boat in the middle
vibing
of the
and-
ocetion that the implication is always there.
Is it because you can't get off the boat? Like, I
Yes,
don't understand.
Exactly.
You're not there
That's
for
what Dennis
6
says, yes.
years. You're there for days.
Okay.
If you can't control
Y'all ever
yourself
heard of
for
cabin fever? Okay.
Yeah, that
Well, why
sets
don't you
in,
just
like-
take your wife with you and you don't
Right,
have the
you can
temptation?
both
Like,
go.
what are we doing?
No, not on the Buckeye cruise. You're not allowed to.
I think you are. I just told you.
He
that.
just said everybody's allowed.
Oh, I thought you meant only like general public. Like only the players were allowed to go.
What?
Not your wives, but everyone
everybody
else.
can.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't
actually.
bring your wives though.
That's how people used to do like Christmas parties and stuff.
Did you snort a Red Bull vodka?
Right.
Look, man, y'all. I'm at odds with the group here. I'm off base. I think y'all are being maybe a little naive, but that's that's just my opinion.
Oh, bless.
I don't know where Taylor's at on this one, but
Taylor
so
agrees
it's
with me.
4 against 1.
Look, we're just going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk
sure,
about
I'm
old
with
football
T-Bob, I guess.
stories. We're going to preview the season, and we had to do a little bit of work to sit down there, tell everybody how great LSU is going to be the next season. After that, we
This is
all go
crazy.
to different beaches.
I'm disgusted.
We drink a lot. We play in the casino.
What do you mean different beaches? I'd feel cheated if I was one of the fans paying for it, and then Carpenter and Hawk all go to like a private
you can
beach.
still go to the beach with him.
Everybody can go.
He's saying like beach hop kind of.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah, because they went to 2 private islands where it was only them. I've done some research.
I'd just be walking around with sunscreen in my eyes, like, I can't see. There's nothing. How does that last so long? When you get sunscreen in your eyes at the
Did
beginning
you
of the day?
actually drink a Red Bull vodka? What's happening
What
right
is
now?
going on
with you?
I'm excited. It's Friday. Got champagne. I had a ton of fun at Cirque du Soleil last night, dude. And last weekend, I dealt with that. I got sunscreen in my eyes at the beginning of the day, and it never went away for 12 hours.
I've been to one Cirque show in my whole life in Vegas, and I didn't know which one it was. Like we saw like things for it. Kevin and I like bought tickets.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready. We went to eat dinner. We're running late. Okay, so we're like, they're all Cirque shows. They're all acrobats and whatever. It's going to be great, whichever one it is. So we're running late. We like get in. Everyone's already seated. It's dark.
Yep.
You know?
Very dark.
We find our seats, which are like on the edge of the aisle. We look up. There is a naked woman
You went to the naked one.
swimming around in a fishbowl.
Yes.
We went to the sex show.
Hell yeah, dude. I've always wanted to
Accidentally.
go.
But then the best part is so it's interactive. It's
All right, don't lie. How long did you stay?
No, we stayed the whole time.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, we bought the
Dude,
tickets.
yeah,
We're there.
what are you
But
talking about?
the funniest part was that, so this is kind of an interactive show. So there's a drag queen. She's leading the whole thing. And in between, like, the different acts, she's talking and she's doing crowd participation type stuff. And my dream, I kept trying to make eye contact with her because I wanted more than anything
Kevin to get
for her to
highlighted.
grab my husband, who
Yep.
is just the shyest person, and take him up there on that stage. And I could feel him. Every time she's looking around in the crowd for someone, he is just like, he's like turtling into his like shirt. And
I
I'm
remember
just
being
like,
a little kid at
this
Cirque shows
guy.
and feeling that as well. Like, don't look at me, clown. Don't look at me, clown. Last night, the crowd work was a little person attached to massive floating balloons, and she was being launched through the crowd with of their hands. I told
What?
you, it's a clown dream.
What?
It's crazy.
What?
Anyway,
Is
when we
this
get
what you're
back-
dreaming right now currently, or that actually happened?
No, that happened,
Okay.
and then I had some wild dreams last night, though.
I'm sure you did.
When we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
K to Z window coverings, y'all. You want to take your home to the next level, starter home, dream home, it don't matter. We got all price points over there at K to Z. If you're looking for them window coverings that, wow, let Brandon Barton get you right. You don't even know the depth to which you can improve your house functionally, aesthetically, whatever. It's an outdoor living space, it's a man cave, it's a baby room, it's a master bedroom, it's a TV room, whatever it is. K to Z got you, man. And they're going to study how the sunlight interacts with your house at every single part of the day, and they're going to maximize your choices. Take advantage. Say K2ZBlinds.com.
And don't feel like you have to have like this massive job with basically your whole home. No, they can come in. Like for me, they've done a screen in the back. They've also like done a Roman shade just in the kitchen. We wanted more privacy and like a single window, but that's what they can come in and do. They're going to learn your space, going to know your space better than you do. 5 minutes, they're in, they're out, it's ordered, and then they come, they install it. So no matter what size job it is, they can handle that. K2Z, K2ZBlinds.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Is this Maroon 5?
Yeah, I feel like this song is kind of problematic now.
Is it?
He's talking about cheating on someone, and then he got caught cheating.
Oh, did he?
Heavily, yeah.
This is a great song.
It's a good song, yeah.
While his wife was pregnant.
Buckeye Cruise.
Buckeye Cruise.
I think that's
probably on it,
probably
dude.
why Alondra played it.
Buckeye Cruise, dude.
Hey, they got a little bit of like sketchy stuff. Like y'all ever heard the song "Animal" by them?
Probably.
No. Well, anyways, in the music video, Adam Levine's like this like creepy like butcher in a butcher shop, and he's stalking this girl, and he's like singing about
that makes
Stalking,
sense.
but make it sexy.
Yeah.
That's like Robin Thicke, like
Oh yeah, it is.
kind
Blurred
of
lines.
blurred lines did not age well. We all loved it at the time.
Yeah.
Great song. It was
Yeah.
fun to dance to, but
Yeah.
the lyrics have not exactly haven't aged well. Probably should have thought about what we were gonna talk about entering this segment. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about?
I watched
Secret's my
One Spring
favorite
Training.
Maroon 5
What?
song, in case
Secret?
anybody's wondering. Yeah, it's a good one.
I cannot
know if
name
I've
any
heard that.
Maroon 5 songs. But
You can name a Maroon
No,
5
I cannot
song.
name any. I know them. You didn't let me finish. I was going to say.
Everybody can name a Maroon 5
I literally
song.
cannot name one.
She Will Be Loved.
I could have made. I would not have come to that. That would not have come to my head, but
That's
I know
like
that
the
song.
most popular one.
I am not. It's not really my.
I think you're lying.
Harder to Breathe.
Okay.
They played a Super Bowl halftime. Like,
I
everybody
don't
knows,
like
even if
Maroon
you don't-
5. I think they're okay. What I'm saying is it played on the radio. I would go,
Sugar.
oh, that's
Yeah.
Maroon 5, but I wouldn't be like, oh, that's She Will Be Loved.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Mr. Brightside, but that's
That's
the
the
Killers.
Killers.
That's
Yeah.
the Killers. Yeah.
But not the same band.
No.
No.
The Killers are significantly
They are
better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know 2 Killer songs.
No,
What's
you
the
know
other one?
more.
You know more. It's probably the same as me with Maroon
Somebody
5.
told
You would hear
me
them and you'd be
Mr.
like,
Brightside.
Oh, the Killers.
You're just describing
we were
me
young.
with all popular music that exists ever.
You hear it on the radio and you're like,
Well,
oh.
I just have no idea
I know
who
that.
sings what, but once I hear the song, I'm like, oh yeah, of course I know. Like, I know that song for sure, dude. Even
I think
though
Maroon 5's got some bangers. I don't know.
They do.
Well, obviously they do. They, like you said, they played like you don't get to play a Super Bowl halftime show unless you're beast.
Unless you're popular to masses.
The
yeah.
thing that I remember from that show, Joe, is just Adam Levine like trying to just face
camera?
thrust me through the camera. Like he was like we were all so hung up on the nipple when I was a little kid, and here Adam Levine is like really seducing 200 million people like right in front of the camera.
I think something about him was always very skeezy to me. And so I never was like into him.
Yeah.
And then all that stuff came out and I was like, I think I'm just out on him now.
We had like the songs about Jane CD, and we had it in the car like all the time. So I loved Maroon 5.
Wow, Avo Marzwanian says the Killers are the worst band I've ever
What?
seen live.
All
Zero
right,
crowd
Avo,
interaction.
chill out.
Came in. Sang,
Okay.
Well, what if he said live? He said live. He said live.
I've seen them. I've never seen them in real life, but I saw a video of them playing in Vegas.
Yeah.
And they were doing When We Were Young, and it looked electric.
Well,
Really?
but Vegas could be different than we're an Avo song,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
Like
That's true.
I don't care about
And
how
they're
you
from
perform in
Vegas.
Vegas.
I actually thought about getting tickets to Jazz Fest to see, I mean, the same day that they're going, there's other people, but to see them because I've never seen them.
Well, that's like, I want to know, like Grace Potter, what do you do when you're in Chelsea's? I don't care what you do in Vegas.
But no, but
It's
that's
easy
what I
to
was-
put on a great show in
That's
Vegas.
the point I was trying to make is that Grace Potter, it was like,
brought
it
it.
was big arena energy.
Yes,
She
she brought
like brought it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what Avo
Yeah.
probably went to a show where they're at a smaller stop and they're
Yeah.
just kind of like going through the motions. I get it. A tour's long, man.
Yeah.
That's like, and crowds can be brutal. Like, I don't get the crowd at Cirque last night.
Yeah.
Nobody was cheering. It was like,
Were
why,
you cheering?
Like, yes, of course. You know me. I'm
just
like,
hear T-Bob.
I'm like trying to cajole
Whether
everybody
it's the
around
Wiggles
me.
or Cirque,
Yeah.
T-Bob's going to be your hype
No,
man.
the Wiggles crowd was hype.
You just
Yeah.
hear
I think
T-Bob.
you were just hype.
But no, I was hype. Wiggles crowd was hype. But no, I'm just like,
Fruit
bro,
salad.
please, if you are banger, but Propeller's the best.
No, we have videos of T-Bob in the front row. Like, his kids are kind of into it, but T-Bob is like dancing
Super
with
into
the
it.
Wiggles
I was
in
so
a full
stoned.
Wiggles costume.
I was sitting there, my eyes, I was just like, oh.
It was
wow.
like way too cool.
It's when your hair was really long,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, crazy beard. And I had a green Wiggles costume. I was like, Anthony! And at one point, because we were front row, and he kind of like jumped back a little bit. He was like, what? Give him like an intense thumb up, eye stare. Love you, man.
I love you.
I bet he was like, what in the hell?
Yeah, if
is
you go
going
to
on in Baton
Cirque this
Rouge?
weekend, give those acrobats some cheers. Like I'm watching a trapeze act where there's no trapeze. It's just swole dudes throwing women like 15 to 20 feet to each other, and nobody's clapping. I couldn't fathom it, dude. I think
I could picture you like huge grin, clapping,
Oh,
and then
loving
you're
it.
looking around and like no one else is clapping.
Well, and it's because I felt like people were going through some of that social anxiety where it's like,
I don't want to be the first one.
if the whole crowd isn't into it, then maybe
Yeah.
I don't. Then I'm like gonna be
Nah,
nervous
you
about
can't be like
clapping.
that.
And so there were like a few of us that were
I'm a
smatterings.
clapper. I'm a clapper.
I agree. I mean, bro, these people are doing incredible stuff in front of you. How could you not?
I am so empathetic with people. Like if I am in a crowd and someone's like public speaking or something like that or presenting something,
I make
always,
eye contact.
I make eye contact
Yeah.
and I'm like smiling and like nodding. Yo,
yeah.
one time I was on jury duty. I'm not joking with you. And I got put in the first like little chair, you know, I was like the first juror. And I mean, there is a murderer on the stand. He has murdered someone. He's nervous though, and I don't like it. So I'm like, what? I mean, no. I mean, I wasn't like, but like, I was just like, I hate feeling
social
people's
empathy.
I hate feeling people's nervousness when they're in front of crowds. I'm like,
It's. I mean, so I don't know. Again, if you go to Cirque this weekend, support.
There's like calls for a recess. Like takes him in the
10 out
hallway.
of 10
Like
Yeah, the defense attorney saw me coming a mile away. They're like, put that girl in the first chair.
Yeah, you could easily get sucked in to whatever sob story the murderer is going to give you. Allegedly murdered someone. Champ's right. Allegedly.
Murdered someone.
So that's a weird thing. I've never done jury duty my entire life.
I have
neither.
I've never been called.
I've been called 3 times, and 2 of those times I was pregnant, and so they were like, "Okay, we'll circle back once you're not." They circled back the first time, pregnant again, gotcha, and then they never circled back again because I was like, "Look, I'm gonna have to pee 1,000,000 times. So unless you're willing to let me get up out of this box and go, like, we're gonna have a problem." And so they're like, "Okay, we'll get back with you."
I like how Dev handled it, where when Dev got called in recently, he just said he immediately started ranting and raving. Like they'd ask him a question, he'd be like, "And here you are locking up people for weed when we got," and they were just like, "Nope, this guy, we can't, dude. This guy's a wild card."
I did have in the one that I actually had to sit through. They did the jury selection, and some guy tried to do that thing where he acted super racist, so they would send him out. But the judge was like, "Oh, you want to play this game?" He was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "We're gonna kick you out of this room, but you're going to go sit in the waiting room, and you're not going to be called for any other jury, but you're going to be here for the rest of the week." Like, you're not
both
getting
of us
called,
are getting called now, right?
You're sitting.
Well, I don't know
It's
though.
random,
I feel like it's random, but also I feel like it has something to do with us maybe like moving or something. I don't know exactly.
I'm not even from here.
What was it? So I agree. If you're too obvious about it, right, that's going to happen. But Dev's not that far. Like, it wasn't like he was actually putting it on, right? Like, it wasn't like he was actually like putting on a complete bit. No, like he was just really getting that stuff off his chest. And then they're like, "Okay, fam, this dude,
Someone's saying you can't do jury duty pregnant." You know, you absolutely can. But I mean, I was truly having to pee like every 10 minutes. That wasn't like a thing I was making up. It was just pregnancy, you know?
Yeah,
and you can't allow, once you're in the room, you can't leave. So, you know.
That sounds so awful.
Peeing all the time.
Yeah, no. I mean, just being pregnant in general, just growing a human being inside your belly seems kind of weird. Seems kind of crazy to think about. And then it comes out of you. Oof.
All right.
Well. Sheesh. Ugh. Yeah. I guess we just got to go to break on that one, huh?
Yeah.
All right. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. I'm pregnant with anticipation.
I knew we couldn't help
to
it.
hear about your visit to Community Steel. You need some purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings, anything. It's all there for you at Community Steel. And they're in Gonzales. They buy from the wholesaler. They make everything right there on site. Okay? It's not like them buying from somebody else and reselling product. No. No middlemen, meaning you get the best price. They also have a live and local sales team. You can touch, feel, meet the product before you buy. Where else are you going to get that? Nowhere except in Gonzales. Community Steel, CommunitySteelCo.com.
If you want to know exactly where in Gonzales, you go to that website T-Bob just gave you. You go to the very, very top right corner of the website. Click on Community Steel. It's going to pull up a map of exactly where they're at, and they are open. You can go hang out with them right now. They're going to meet all your steel needs as well. CommunitySteelCo.com, 225-647-2020.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Watch the sunrise, say your goodbyes, off we go. Some conversation.
What are you trying to tell me, Taylor? You like said you said my name. You motioned towards your screen, but
2002.
Okay,
that was her first album.
Okay, so it was not 99.
I thought it was 99. I was 3 years off, T-Bob.
We just
Yeah,
got
that's pretty close.
That's really close. Yes.
very extended during the entire commercial break about the Killers and Maroon 5 and how similar, dissimilar they are.
No. But I think, wait, T-Bob, I think that you were not hearing the argument. I was not arguing what I think.
I think everybody's having slightly different arguments around the room.
But then you kept being like, why are we even arguing? But you weren't listening.
I think that
I was not arguing that they are. I was saying the Killers are not as massively popular as Maroon 5. That's all I was saying.
I believe
so
that's
I think
true.
it tracks that like maybe Jake has not heard them on the radio as much.
That's
think, all I was saying.
To me, they've always occupied the same.
That was literally my argument.
Yeah, and to me, they've always occupied the same like brain space.
Yeah.
Where I just in high school, they just I don't know. They both became popular. What I would have never seen come is this recent infatuation with Mr. Brightside. Where my wife's a wedding photographer, and now you have a bunch of 23, 24-year-olds that absolutely lose their mind.
It is the most.
When Mr. Brightside comes on.
It is the most. I'm a millennial
but
white
that's what's
guy
funny,
at karaoke.
because like when I heard it originally, I was like, that's an okay song. Like I did not love it.
It is.
I never listened to it casually.
Okay.
I was like, it's on the radio. It's fine.
I guess I'm
I
like
did not.
super biased on this because
I love that song.
love the Killers.
Yeah.
Like I love the Killers.
If you've
I
ever
listen
seen that
to
music
way
video-
more Killer songs than I do Maroon 5 songs.
Yeah, same. But if you watch, I think you would
Somebody
actually
told
like
me it's
this.
so good.
I've seen the video.
It's one of the coolest music videos that has ever been shot.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Like, when's the
what's
last time you watched that, T-Bob?
No, probably not since high school. I'm just
Right.
talking about my reaction to it back then was just like, this is all right.
Yeah.
But at the time, I mean, I don't know. I would just listen to like Leonard Skinner constantly when I was that age, and like I
did too. I was listening to that and
Queen.
Smashing Pumpkins and Nirvana, but you can still like the
favorite
Killers.
music video ever.
Favorite music video
that
ever? Give me a second to think.
Mine's Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty.
Mine is Mazzy Star Fade Into Me.
Great song.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Love Fade Into Me.
It looks like
Taylor,
Instagram before Instagram
You're
was
not
in
listening to
Mazzy
it.
Star's awesome.
Favorite music video of all time?
Ooh.
You're always bursting with takes.
Yeah, always have the takes.
Okay. This is
How do only
not.
two of us
Okay,
have a
I
take
don't
on
want to be
this?
misconstrued. These are not my favorite music videos, but they are the ones that immediately jumped to my head when you asked. Do y'all remember the old OK Go videos?
Yes.
That they used to. They made a lot of internet headway back in the day. Treadmills.
Yes.
The Rube Goldstein. What are they called? Rube Goldstein. Rube Goldberg machines.
Maybe.
When you have like a ball that like rolls down and hits the pin and lights the candle, and then
It was a lot of viral on the internet type
Yes,
stuff.
I really enjoyed some of those old OK Go videos.
I love.
Don't remember the music at all.
Like
I actually don't.
any Shakira music video because she dances so good. Like I love Shakira.
I will also go with Shakira music video.
I was gonna say, I think the
videos,
the music videos I watch were probably different than like.
I know
other
most of my
videos.
music
Yeah, I guess that's
videos
true. Yeah.
from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That and then there was that one channel that only played music.
Only played music videos.
24
Fuse?
hours a day. No.
Well,
it was
then
something
like
else.
I don't know if Time Warner Cable was.
It was
a
like
thing
Channel
here,
99 or
but
something.
like
Box?
Time Warner Cable had like on-demand music videos, and
Oh,
when I was a
wow.
kid, like we would watch them on demand.
Oh,
and
that's
we would have
cool.
like we would do like karaoke
Aw,
at my house, like quote unquote karaoke, and we would like go on this channel. And
I mean,
play
I can just remember reading late at night and putting it on like Channel 99 and those and that was right when Yellow had come out by Coldplay, and there was that his music
like
video
him
where
in slow
he's just
motion.
walking down the
Yeah,
beach.
it's like slow motion.
They played it constantly.
I mean, I remember the
And it was
Nelly
all
tip drill
yellow.
video.
Oh my gosh, that video is insane.
On that
Remember
uncut,
Country Grammar.
Uncut
Like, oh, that's what a
BT.
Range Rover is.
Uncut
That's what
BT
a Range
back in the day.
I didn't know what it was before though.
I guess I don't ever have like a.
Fade into you. It's like a. I always tell people it looks like Instagram before Instagram existed. Like you remember when Instagram first came out and we were all using those weird filters. That's what this. That's what the music video looks like.
Weird
a little bit.
proportions as well, like borders
Mhm.
and stuff.
A lot
for
of
some
borders.
reason.
A lot of borders.
The I mean,
Just
actually,
scrub all that.
this is not really a music video in the traditional sense, but every video from Inside by Bo Burnham is amazing. I mean, I guess they're technically music videos, but it's really more of like a movie. But that would be up there. Like White Woman's Instagram, I think, has one of the most touching sequences you will ever find in any music video ever, where it's all kind of, it's parodying like just like basic Instagram, just being like basic or whatever. And then it gets into this one real part where the person's talking about her mom passing, and kind of it's like an honest post. And at that time, the camera perspective changes from the Instagram square into a full screen, and it's like this subtle kind of reminder that like there are, that there's people on the other end of all the other sides of these posts. And I thought that was very effective.
So that's your favorite?
It could be White Woman's Instagram. But
It's one of the things where it's like, is this the best video I've seen, or is it my favorite? You know what I mean? Like I always like the videos that like add something to the actual song.
Yeah.
Like it's not my favorite song. It's not my favorite music video, but one of the best. If y'all have ever heard Bench Seat by Chase Rice, you go watch
never
the
have.
music video. You'll like, it helps you understand
Why
the
are
song.
you laughing?
Like if you hear the song
Chase
and you're
Rice.
like,
It's just such a Taylor.
the song's okay, and then
Yeah,
you
no,
watch
you
you
get
watch
some
the
added
music
context
video,
from
you're
the
like,
video.
and you're like, oh, like this is what's actually going on.
Added
Any
context
video
is
like
important.
that.
I also kind of appreciate when you go the opposite direction, like Post Malone. What's a you know the song?
Yeah.
Song doesn't matter, but the point is, I don't know what the song's about, but he just used it as
Run
an
away,
excuse.
but we're
Yes,
running in
yes. He used it as an excuse to just make a Game of
right.
Thrones video. Like he has himself in full Game of Thrones armor. He's out there doing medieval battles, which like has nothing to do with the song.
I
at
like
all.
that
So you like
too,
the
yeah.
super
But I'm like,
random
okay, but
ones,
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate he's like, I just, like, want to make myself an episode of Game of Thrones, so I'm just going to take a random hit. And
I feel like added context is
let's
important.
do it.
Though, like that's like if I hear a song on this is not music video, but if you hear it on like a movie or a TV show, the next time you hear that song, you relate it to that
Yeah,
moment,
that's
and
true.
then you might like it better than if you had just heard it without
That's
context.
fair. That's fair.
Like I'm kind of out on Justin Timberlake, but What Goes Around Comes Around.
So good.
Like that's a great
I
video.
mean, our
I put a
boy
lot of money
bands-
into that, and it kind of ties into the song.
Are boy bands actually like the pinnacle of music videos? Probably for my age, it feels that way.
Well, they had
Bye
the
Bye
making the
Bye
video
one is so
Yeah.
good.
on MTV. That
Bye
they used
Bye
to
Bye
be
is
behind the
all
scenes
time.
making
Gosh.
the video.
I love
Puppets.
that show so
Yeah.
I
much.
feel like the early 2000s loved putting people in like a well-lit rotating square.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Very
talking
much
about?
so.
Like so many different videos with that
Maybe
exact
that's where Christopher Nolan got the
shot.
idea.
Yeah, for Inception. All right, when we get back, let's close out the show next. OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Lil Dicky Save That Money. Actually, that's an incredible music video as well. Noted Jake Hester fan. We learned it Super Bowl week. Also, noted Jake Hester fan, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Love All-Star Toyota. You will as well. If you're looking to buy new, you need a lease, you need a rent, whatever. But also, if you get in an accident, you need to take advantage of a great service center. Even if it's not an accident, you just need like a service. Okay? Drive-ins are welcome. You can schedule online. They're the absolute best. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Go to the website T-Bob just gave you and click on new and then see everything that they have available right there on the lot. I mean, the lot is restocked, and so they're ready to go. And we always tell you, leasing and renting, everything is available as well. So no matter what your needs are, they're going to be met. Your family's needs are going to be met over at All-Star. And if you've got a trip coming up for spring break, we cannot tell you about the rental department enough. Per day rental prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
God, dude, I freaking love Maroon 5, dude. Let's go!
I will say, I am actually a little surprised that you don't like the Killers more because you went through like an emo thing, right? And this isn't really emo. This is on the edge of emo.
No,
but
I was all. I mean,
you went deep.
I was a
emo.
romance dashboard.
Yes.
You know, I was just
you
a
were like the
dashboard.
whiny voice.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
there, Delilah.
super emo.
And it was never very.
That was like our high school.
It was never very public. That was always like.
It surprised me when you told me.
That's like you're feeling sad about your own drama and you just want to lean into the sadness.
Yeah. Y'all's high school, it's crazy because we're not that far in age.
We would have been in high school together.
But like my high school was more boy band and R&B. Like at least where I went.
Yeah. Well, but you were only like 3 years older
Blink-182,
than me.
But you know how it is.
3 years a long time in high school
3
years.
years a long time in high school years.
That's a whole
As
different
far as,
generation.
But I would have been a
likes
freshman
and-
when he was a senior,
That's
and
true.
there was no boy band stuff happening for us, I don't think.
We had, I don't know either actually, the timeline on when boy bands just kind of disappeared sometime over time.
Early 2000. My
When
high school
JT
career is
broke away
2000
from NSYNC.
to 2004.
Yeah, that seems like pure
That's
boy
true,
band time.
yeah.
That is boy band heaven. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Cruise Life. Visit our hotels at Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Suite. What's your favorite thing to do with Quad Bob at Disney World? We're leaving for Disney World tomorrow to bring our son. It's only a few days younger than yours.
fine.
So I think like all of it's pretty fun, just watching them point at stuff and get excited about stuff. But my favorite memories are wearing him on my chest. I love that. It's
You were
so
telling me
upsetting.
you kept that core tight.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Because somebody had just told me a horror story of like a slipped disc
Like
and
throwing
how
your
they
back
went from
out?
being like a bodybuilder to now they haven't been able to work out in
Oh,
like 3 years.
that sounds awful.
And so it freaked
Yeah.
me out. So the entire time I'm like,
You gotta really.
shoulders back. I'm breathing in my diaphragm. I'm like locking it in. I'm like, all right, because I mean we're talking 10 miles a day.
Well, that's why new moms have such back problems
Yeah.
because when we hold our babies, we arch our back,
Oof.
and so it's hard to remember. You got a lot going on, so it's hard to remember to not do that.
And my man Quad Bob is
He is
he's
not
a
a small
big
man.
boy. I was
He's a
happy
big boy.
though. Where'd we go? Oh, we went to Tin Roof. Not Tin Roof. Went to Estruma a couple weekends ago, or maybe last weekend. And I got to wear him all around then. It
You were wearing
sucks that he's
him
going to
at
be
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it sucks. That's what it was. Yeah, Mardi Gras. That's what it was. Not Estruma.
My boys used
It
to
sucks
love
that
it.
it's not going to be
Memphis
anymore.
loved it. Harlow's like, I ain't
My
doing that,
kids
Dad.
did not
Really?
want to do that.
Really?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
kids hated it.
Lo does not want to do it.
She wants to be held. They want
It
to be
makes
held.
it
Or like,
so easy though, dude.
Oh, for
'Cause you
sure.
can, like,
So
drink
easy.
and your
100%.
hands are
Me
free.
and Memphis could
Hands free.
conquer the world. Like
Yeah.
he loved being in there.
Yeah. Ask the Bench, when do we get tier lists again? Probably after baseball season, though we could engage in some early ones now
hey.
that we've got some fresh voices and ideas.
You ready to lose to Mississippi State this weekend?
And basketball.
Oh, I was like,
That's
wait.
right, dude.
Settling out of
Yeah, let's go.
How about Austin Peay sweeping
Oh.
Mississippi State?
Okay,
They tried to give me. They tried to give me a little bit of hope with those Air Force wins. You know, we do have one. We have the pitcher who was like,
Well, and
he
Jay
won like the
Johnson.
golden. He won the Golden Spikes Player of the Week. Our pitcher,
Okay.
Cal, spelled like Cal Drogo. Cal Steven.
Khal.
Uh huh.
Oh, that's tight.
He is a beast.
What
Other
was
than
it?
that, though, it's pretty sad scene. But basketball.
Both Mississippi schools 2 and 3.
We beat Ole Miss though. Feeling good about
Hell
that.
yeah. I mean, and that's after Jay Johnson kind of hyping y'all up and being like, I think, they
mean,
were
it's
asked
early,
about what
early,
team
early,
could be
but-
dangerous.
Yeah, no, we were. I knew Jay. Sit down, sir.
What? Dude?
We're not dangerous. But basketball, yeah. We're coming into this 4-game winning streak.
Big. It's right on the verge of a quad 1 victory for LSU, and they need that if they want.
I mean,
to
we're
keep-
pretty close. I think our
Any hopes?
conference record 7-6, and y'all are what 6-7 or
6 and
something.
7.
Yeah.
Pack out the PMAC,
like
baby.
on the SEC standings, there,
We're
I
like
think
there's like a couple between
I think
us.
Mississippi State is 6 and
What are y'all
LSU
in the
7th or
Ken
something
Palm?
like that.
I mean, we're like right there.
Yeah.
But y'all just beat Kentucky. That's a big deal. Y'all are feeling good.
In South
We got to
Carolina.
play in the PMAC.
So y'all are right on the kind of
35th.
right on the edge of quad 1.
Yeah, but
LSU still around there. You know who's absolutely quad 1? MMR. Join MMR today and ignite your career. MMR, the largest privately owned electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, is seeking talented individuals to join the team. For over 3 decades, MMR has been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. They got offices all over the globe, and MMR offers a tailored path for professional and personal development, coupled with outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture. And look, whether you're a student seeking an internship or you're just beginning your career or you're a seasoned pro, MMR offers a variety of positions for you. So let's build your future. The MMR Group. Apply now at mmrgrp.com. All right. Tier list that's going. Came up with hot female human cartoon characters. I'm down for that, dude. I got a lot of thoughts on hot cartoon characters.
But female, they have to be. Wait, is it hot?
They did say human.
Human, which is a little
See, that's
confusing.
just, somebody's just scared to admit that they think Lola Bunny's hot. that all
Is
that
anyone afraid to admit that? I mean, I think we can all admit
we
that.
just had a little bestiality conversation
the
during the
beast
break
is way better
there.
looking than the prince.
Yeah, I came into a interesting conversation coming back from the restroom.
Google nodding.
Ooh, Lord, don't.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.